Good night, everyone, and welcome to the hottest swimmer sing to ever grace the IPL channel. My name is Broken Pinky. I am joined by the wonderful Joyanne for SOS 146. So, let's get this show on the road.
Okay, so you can see a clear difference right here that, this is the basis of SOS. This is Camade Day, Camade year actually, a month. Well, you can see the difference. Someone's a Camade, and someone's a Pikachu.
I was desperately searching Target to find cat ears, and there was none. It was out of stock because it's just in too much demand. I will bring cat ears to Low Tide City. That is a promise. I will be doing that.
Oh, well, okay, that's worth it. But at the same time, too, I might bring this vet again.
You gotta get your money's worth. You spent so much money on it. You have to rev it out for the rest of your life.
Honestly, yeah, Riptide for sure. But yeah, anyways, welcome to Riptide. Not Riptide. Welcome to SOS 147. Yeah, that's the number 8, 147.
I think it's 146. I could be mistaken.
Well, 146, 147, 122. Most likely is still SO Neon. Pinky is dying.
Yeah, a little bit.
Well,
I was trying to like figure out a way to like fit like Meow or Sync, but I don't know. It's kind of hard, you know. Anyway,
anyways,
we have our first set of the group stage here. It's Nessie's pools. It's gonna be Evil LeBonBon versus Starfishers here. An interesting matchup.
Interesting matchup indeed, because for Starfishers, these are brand new players. Well, other than Icy, I think we know Icy before, but for Evil LeBonBon, we recognize the play from Mini, Neptune, Totosaur, and Corebear, most likely from the CCA.
I see Neptune. I know it's gonna be a hot set. I mean, it's just that simple.
Oh, you see Neptune's gonna be a hot set? Is because they're cat? Is it because they're cat too?
No, because I recognize Neptune as being a reputable player. We don't need any more cats. We already have all that we need. You're already providing more than what we need.
I'm just one of them. There's 2 others later, so be sure to watch out for that.
No spoilers.
Hey, who knows if they're going to go deep as this?
I sure hope so.
You sure hope so. Oh, we have to chat to make it alive. But anyways, the map so the map's all revealed, by the way. We have for round 1 is going to be Clam Blitz on Robo Ramen, and then game 2 is going to be Faymaker on Toe. Game 3 is going to be Tower Control on Inkblot.
All right, let's get right into it. Game 1, Clam Blitz on Robo Ramen. I'm curious to see how this is going to shake out. I feel like everyone is relearning Clam Blitz now that Kraken is no longer the cheese special, and we're seeing some interesting comps from both sides. Wiper plus Bow on the side of Starfishers here. Evil LeBonBon repping with the vanilla ink brush, so bit of interesting stuff on both sides here.
Yeah, we honestly know for the ink brush on the side of Evil LeBonBon, that's going to be playing by Corebear, and we saw it the CCA says before that Corebear is pretty hot on the bus. Every see immediately them going for the first, they're going for a double immediately actually.
Wow, and 3 down on the side. Wow, full wipe. I believe on Starfishers there, so Corona Bear going to be spearheading this push into the enemy side. The rest of the teammates are going to be joining suit here as Corona's going to go down. Try is going to go down on the side of Starfishers there, and Evil LeBonBon is going to get that clam right into the basket. Yeah, another wipeout on the side of Starfishers. Evil LeBonBon off to a flying start here, but they don't have a ton of clams right now. They can't really get more continuation without more people falling back to get clams, so the Pencil's going to do that. Inkberg's going to do that, but that basket is going to close fast, and yeah, 74 is going to be where that push is going to die.
Again, because of the clam RNG, it's not going to be that good for them. But again, we saw the power of them pushing up ahead. We saw Corebear just pushing forward and them just going to be off the bat there. And the Booyah Bomb from the side of Evil LeBonBon is going to be huge for them when they push forward. But we see for Starfishers right now, they have so much power right now. But no, they're getting cancelled by a bomb Corona Bear actually. That's going to be pushing them back a little bit.
Yeah, Corona Bear's just been a completely obnoxious on this ink brush. Kind of feeling a similar role to what I would expect a Wiper to do, but Corona Bear doing a great job of that. But they're going to go down. 2 go down on the side of Evil LeBonBon. Starfishers start to push forward. They have mid control back in their favor. They have a decent amount of clams at their disposal, but they're going to want a few more to get an actually, good push substantiated. But Bo's going to go down. Shot's going to go down as well. Kugo fighting for their life. It's going to find the pick onto Toto Star, so that's at least some saving grace, but Yeah, gonna get picked down there in the lower sneaky area, and Evil LeBonBon has a really strong defense going right now.
Yeah, but with Mini playing defense as well on battling the Viper actually, and actually the Tri-Fall was actually huge on the side of Starfisher. But again, the power Evil LeBonBon just away him with no clam, and after Corona Bear just ready for a jump for a minute to go ahead. That's going to be 2 up with 2 down on either side actually. That's going to be more of a stalemate.
Yeah, 2 minutes down on the game clock. Evil LeBonBon does have the lead here, but flank coming out on the side of Starfishers is going to be enough to get rid of the pencil, and going to get another pick on Neptune here. Toto and Corona are trying to find the pick. They are able to do so. 3 down on the side of Starfishers briefly. So Evil LeBonBon still in a solid spot even after that flank. Poised to score for a little bit, especially with the Booyah Bomb that Toto Star is going to be holding, is going to be popping it as well. Watch out for the Booyah Tech, but no, the Viper's going to get taken down. Bo's down as well. So this should be an easy score for Evil LeBonBon, and they're going to be doing just that courtesy of Mini. It's just going to be the try left alone trying to defend it here, and Neptune's going to find that pick. So this is going to be a big score here for Evil LeBonBon.
Big score for Evil LeBonBon indeed, because after down to 50, now we get down to 52. Now it's going to be down to 50 because Mini has the last clam, and now it's going to be more because they're passing clams even further. That's going to be mostly going down to a 35 score if they pass in one more clam, because the time is going to be falling up soon enough, and that Starfish is going to be coming out going for revenge, which they do going for the first pick on Neptune.
Yeah, 37 is going to be where the score is going to be left at with 2 minutes left on the game clock. Starfishers does have a power claim, does have 4 normal claims left beyond that, but they are in a rough spot right now, and even rougher as Corona Bear is going to find that pick onto the bow, going to try and find another pick on the clam carrier, but is going to opt to disengage for just a little bit. But Corona's been doing a great job at, being sort of that rock that hits the water that's, keeping Starfishers off balance, and Evil LeBonBon has been doing a great job of playing off of that, and already they have a ton of clams ready. They're spearheading another great push here. Viper's going to go down early. Try's going to find it 1, but the Zuga's going to go down, and Totostar going to sneak a claim into that basket, and it's just the bow going to get taken down once again, and Corona has 6 clams here to get even more points down on this total.
It's going to be KO if they get full clam more or less, but with Corona be having more defense clams on the spot, they're just waiting for more clams to revive. Base is going to be at the back of their base actually, so it's just going to be a full-on revenge battle on the side of Starfish. But with 15 clams left, again, they're going to be stopping the budget and saving that Booyah for a later time. But with, I can't say about 1 minute left, the Zuka is going to be coming out. They have a ball in play. They have another pity as well, so this score can go down to 60. If we see Starfish clam, store both of the clams. But no, we see the Viper going down, we see the boat going down, we see a full-on wipeout on the help of Neptune and Mini, and on the side of Totostar as well.
Yeah, Evil LeBonBon has been doing a great job of taking these team fights as a pair and isolating Starfishers out, and that's what's been letting them get, all these catastrophic wipes onto Starfishers. But Evil LeBonBon kind of struggling here. There's a flank behind them. Totostar is going to get swarmed a little bit, forced to retreat. One is going to go down on the side of Starfishers though, but Evil LeBonBon is going to be forced to give that push up at 15 points. But 15, definitely a hard mark for Starfishers to beat. 20 seconds left. Hammer's going to be able to find 1, but this is going to be really rough for Starfishers. They're going to have to get a push organized really fast, but 3 down on the side of Evil LeBonBon, this is exactly what they need.
We see Nava popping off, just saving the defense on the far side, trying to kill up Neptune from the clap. But now we see they have 2 balls in. Nava is going to be the big push right now if they have a ball coming in soon, but really we're just waiting for a special on either side. We're seeing Dudu come up actually getting 1, mostly going to get 2, getting 3, but do they have enough clams though?
They might not have enough clams. Bo's gonna have 7, but that's a wipe on Evil LeBonBon in the 11th hour. They're gonna have to swim back and get a few more clams, but it's 33 to 15 here. Just a few more, 30 to 15, 6 clams away from this lead switch here. And there comes 5, but that's the reverse wipe out on Starfishers, and Evil LeBonBon is barely going to hold on to game 1, going to be taking it. That got really tense at the end though.
It was really touching it indeed, because the clam spawning did not go into favor and they needed to fall back. And then we just saw the defense by Evil LeBonBon just going for the jump and just getting good bomb kills as well. And that is why for Evil LeBonBon, they're getting the first point. But honestly, for Starfish just getting that big push nearby the end was huge. They had the aqua advantage that they wanted. They waited for the first swap, but it just slimmed the margin a little bit too high.
Yeah, so close to getting that lead, but just not quite there. So Evil LeBonBon going to take a game 1 that was looking pretty comfortable for the most part, but Starfishers kind of pulled the rug out from under them. A similar thing might be happening here in game 2 as we're going to go to Rainmaker on Undertow Spillway, a map that has been changed to become just a little bit more snowbally there at the end, which might make all the difference for either of these teams.
Yeah, but also it's going to be a little bit more stalemate as well, because on the side of Rainmaker, we do have the showers, that's what people call it, and also we have the uninkable pathway that's going to be the walkway, now inkable, and also the ramp is going to be smaller as well, so if you want to cheese on the right side, you can do that.
Yeah, I mean, this map wasn't, changed all that much, but they did add some cool stuff. That little cubby area in mid is always fun to sneak around in, but it mostly is going to be that, past that second checkpoint, there's a lot more room to move around, a lot more freedom just because of all that inkable terrain. So, I don't know, it's really scary once you get past that checkpoint, because if your team gets wiped, you can kind of just spell the end of the game immediately.
Yeah, more or less. But again, remember, you have to get to the checkpoints, though. There is the one checkpoint that's going to be on the right side that you can just choose all the way to, but you have to have 1 speed. But there is the other checkpoint on the left side, which everyone will go to because it's the common. We all are used to it at this point. So with that checkpoint, it's going to be a huge cluster of maps. So we see many with the pencil as well. So that's going to be a huge play for them. But on the side of Starfishers, do they have a backline?
I don't think they had one last, or they had the bow, right? They had the bow.
Yeah.
I mean, this is a pretty solid bow map, but I'm gonna keep it $100. Bow is kind of bad. I love stringers. I think stringers are really cool. But I just don't believe in it, to be honest.
Are you a Reflux stan?
I love Reflux. Yeah, not for missiles. I think the main weapon is so cool. But they kind of just forced it to be Reflux paint bot, and I became much less interested. But what I am interested in is going to be this game 2 of the set here.
Worth it.
Oh, man. Talk about segues. Same old here on the side of evil LeBonBon. Starfishers keeping it classy with that same old tri-stringer as well. So let's just get right into it here.
Yeah, going right into here, like you said, there's going to be the regular tri-strike coming back in again. And really the same comp overall in general. We see more popping power over the side of Starfish, and there's a DC. Thank you.
Man. Evil LeBonBon shaking things up, only bringing 3 of their teammates. Very, unique strategy here, but it doesn't seem to pay off for them quite yet.
Okay, so who was the DC? So there was Mini, there was Toto Store.
I think it was Toto.
Sorry.
I think it was the machine. It might have been the pencil. I don't know. I didn't pay attention.
No, the pencil didn't DC. It was the machine.
All right. Well, Toto's gonna hit the router with a few hammers. Hopefully, get it back into gear.
Maybe.
Maybe
If we had a game feed, it would be cool. But right now, most likely they are going to be going back to room. Thank you, college Wi-Fi.
Oh, you gotta love the college Wi-Fi. I mean, here I am in my college dorm, and the Wi-Fi is a little bit spotty. Honestly, though, it's kind of better than the Wi-Fi I have back at home.
College Wi-Fi review. College room dorm review.
Yeah.
Show it. If you can. Show it if you can.
I mean, you know what? Here we go. Let's go on a little adventure chat. All right. So that's a water bottle. I have my fridge and microwave over there. That's my closet.
Wait. There was a Jolteon.
There. Yeah, I do have some Pokemon plushes over there. I have Jolteon and I have Poplio.
Okay. That counts as kind of as a cat ear. So like.
You know what? Yeah. Let me get it real fast.
Yeah. So it counts. So it counts. So yeah. I'm the cat. Yeah. Don't mind that. And there's the Pikachu. This is Brownie, by the way. If you don't know from that production, there is a person called Brownie who streams. This is the face of it. If you know about Dabba production, but any lore from that, this is the lore. And Brownie is here. It's the first thing we know about you.
Here, let me see. Oh, I can't get the camera any further down. You get a little bit of Poplio.
A little bit of Poplio and a little bit of Jolteon. Pretty sick.
Jolteon. There we go. I have the tag on this? Oh my god.
It would be really funny if I changed it to one of my Pikachu onesie as well for the next set.
Hey, maybe for bracket. Maybe for bracket.
Maybe for bracket. Yeah.
Can we get a poll going of what should we change to? All right, game 2. This time for sure.
Okay, so yeah, game 2. It's gonna be the same weapon, same set no matter what. Because again, for DT rules, you cannot change anything. You just need to go forward. And with everything locked in once again, we are going to be moving forward on Undertow, Spillway, on Rainmaker. Again, the difference is going to be on the left side, right side, and on paper being paintable. So we're not going to be seeing that much of a grades unless they want to stall. And now the ditch a little bit to in the middle. But no, that's going to be a first spot for Starfishers, but going to be first down as well. But it's going to be trade off because of Neptune going down. But it's going to be 2v1 on the right side because of Midi. That's going to be trade off as well.
Wow, just trades happening all over in mid, but they're starting to favor Starfishers just a little bit, but it's just going to be Arc on the bow as the last alive, and they're going to get wailed by the Ink Brush on the side of Evil LeBonBon, and Evil LeBonBon going to capitalize by being the first to grab that Rainmaker. That miss is going to slow that Brush's trajectory a little bit, but Toto's already here holding the Rainmaker by this first checkpoint. But here comes Kugo, gonna get that pick, but that's gonna be the last player alive for Starfishers on that Tri-Slosher, and Neptune is gonna be able to trade out for them. So this could be an easy checkpoint here for Evil LeBonBon. If Mini can pop the Rainmaker in time, looks like they're gonna do just that, and that is an early checkpoint for Evil LeBonBon.
With the early checkpoint for the leave of LeBonBon on the left side, we are seeing Starfishers trying to pop it as well, but we see again Hammer is going to be used for it, but they get a little bit bonked and almost fell off the map, so that would have been unfortunate for that. But we're seeing on the right side, it's going to be a full mess for Starlight in a 3v1. That's going to be a Zuka trade as well. And for right now, we are going to be seeing Starfishers pick up the vehicle, go for the right side, but no, Corona Bear is going to be sticking behind with the rail as well. But Ark can run it. Card can work to the left side. No, they cannot.
Yeah, they're going to get taken down there. It's just the Wiper alive and alone, and that is going to be the end of that story as the Evil LeBonBon has the Rainmaker back in their hands. Toto is the dedicated Rainmaker grabber here, and it's going to run it by this newly inkable area. Is going to run it forward all the way down into the teeth, into 6.5 points. Paint the pedestal. There we go! Evil LeBonBon is going to lay waste to that game so incredibly quickly, and they're going to go up 2-0 in the set.
And because this is now SOS on Sendu, it's not playoff 3, it's going to be best of 3.
Ooh,
I didn't place.
A little bit of shaking up the game, so yeah, that's actually just a set one for Evil LeBonBon.
Yeah, no matter what, now we just move on to the next round because it is not playoff 3 anymore. It's
as much
not
as
a bad fire.
As much as my NA heart would love to see TC on Inkblot Art Academy, I'm sure we're gonna see it. See it once again. But yeah, that's gonna be all here for set one. It's so hard to take this serious. So we will be going on
How hard?
We'll be going on a short little break, and we'll be right back here for the next round of pools.
Yeah, well, actually round 2 we might have the names soon enough, but it's gonna be a TBD right now. So yeah, we will be coming back soon in like a matter of like 5 minutes or something because we're choosing a set. So bye.
Gonna run it, and I think anti-champion is gonna win. And anti-champion
Pufferfish Party, the Night Sharks.
Pixelated with the reverse sweep on Cake.
Pixelated. Arrows of fire.
Calamity.
Arrows of Fire.
Squid Strikes.
Black Ink Raiders.
Ika Ryoku.
7, 8, 9.
Octopi. Corinthia.
Tactic Feelers.
AK. Taco Breakfast Burrito.
Storm in a Teacup.
Just Squidding.
Indigo.
Shoujo.
White Siege.
Honorbound.
88 Star.
Pandora. Squid Monks.
Hyperzone.
I heard you've been trying to play without losing rank points. Well, I got the perfect thing for you. Introducing Splat Chord Squabbles. It's a new 2v2 zones event with 4 sessions for you to play in. You can join 1 or more because there is no need for 4. Just ask a friend to register and you're good to go, buddy. Now, if you're a real one like me, those first few matches are going to be a breeze, but they're going to be harder and harder throughout each event as it only takes 1 loss for you to get knocked out. Only the top shooters and splatters will make it through to the qualifier, and for that, we got the rewards for you. A Sendu.Inc badge and an invite to the final bracket where you'll compete for the grand prize against other top splatters for $50 in the grand final. Big money, big band. How much is that? Not a band, but you know what I'm saying? You're getting up to a 20th of a band. Yeah. If you're just playing for fun or trying to get in on the action without playing, we'll be streaming it all live on Twitch with commentary throughout the finals. If you're rocking with that, don't forget to drop by at discord.gg/Splatoon to get started. And we'll see you in the squabble starting April 28th. Oh my God. That shit sounds funny as fuck.
Hello everyone and welcome back to SOS 146 round 2. And who are we going to be seeing today for round 2?
I think we already got our answer. We are going to be seeing Starlight Havoc versus Squid EST here in round 2 of this Nessie spool of the hottest swimmer sync of all time, SOS 146.
Now by hottest, what do you mean by hottest?
You know.
Yeah, we know, but where's
The cutest, the sweetest, the awesomest, the bestest SOS.
It's like it is all facts, but where's the truth? We don't see the truth right now.
Yeah, we need. I mean, I'm a little bit blind to the truth right now. It is kind of hard to see with these awesome shades.
Oh yeah,
but but yeah, we have a new set of 3 maps here for round 2 of the pool stage here. And I believe that shall be revealed at some point. I don't know. There we go.
It was so funny because the content was off screen and we didn't get to see a game feed, so you got to see our face and you got to see us leave, and now we're back again, now we're off again, never seen the maps. So yeah, if we were saying off and over because we didn't have any sight, we were blind. But yeah, Starlight Havoc versus Squid EST. Squid ST has a fellow known commentator because Pi. Jordan Pi, and for Starlight Havoc, they have some notable players, most likely still on low level. So in that sense, if you want to know the settings right now, Starlight Havoc is 1-0, Squid EST is 0-1. Whoever wins this will be moving on to Mako or going down to Lantern bracket.
Yeah, I mean, it is kind of cutthroat in SOS, but I guess keeping with that nature, game 1 is going to be on Zone's Hagglefish, the game where you kind of paint the square until one team wins the team fight, and then it literally can be over so fast.
Oh yeah, 100%. It is like the Final Destination map as well. And one thing too as well is these two are low level, so we are going to be going to the game 3 no matter what.
I don't know. I feel like I've never seen a Zones map KO more than Zone's Hagglefish, at least in competitive tournament play.
Well,
like it is kind of easy because you just sit under the ledge and you just wait for people to drop into your loving arms and then you kill them.
Yeah, that too, but also bombs.
I guess you could always just throw out some of your silly little bombs and see what you can do, because having a bomb is kind of a prerequisite to being a good weapon unless you're pencil.
Yeah, because you can do chumps.
Yeah.
Everyone loves chance, but as we're going to be moving forward to path zones on Hagglefish Bucket, the whole Final Destination map, as we always know about, we are going to be seeing the tier that is going to be Starlight Havoc, and for the pink, we are going to be seeing Squid EST.
Ooh, we're seeing some interesting stuff here. Both teams rocking out the Wiper, which I'm surprised to see this at this point in the meta, but V-Wiper on Starlight Havoc, Wiper Deco on Squid EST. So double sword on the side of Starlight Havoc, Squid EST rocking with that 52 gal and the heavy edit, which are both weapons that have been popping up so much more in the meta as it's been progressing. Yeah,
but I just said with double sword, we're going to be seeing Starlight Havoc running the zip caster and going to be running the hammer both together with the sword action. So with both that kind of scenario, that's going to be a more or less a 4 aggro comp for the side of Starlight Havoc, but on the side of Squid EST, they're playing the more of the range sit back comp because of the missiles and because of the heavy edit. They have a lot of pain output as well because of that too. But no, we are seeing Starlight Havoc just wiping the competition down, but it's going to be trained off by ship.
Yeah, just trades and trades and trades and trades, but it's going to go in favor of Squid EST as they're going to have control of the zone, but that Wiper's going to get Zuka on their side. Ship is going to be pushing forward with this 52 gal, trying to win some of these fights, and Zuka's going to find another pick onto the Stamper on the side of Starlight Havoc. So Squid EST has a decent hold on the zone right now. Pencil's going to be painting over it a little bit, but Squid EST able to maintain that painting power just a little bit, but Starlight Havoc is going to be contesting him a little bit, but even still, Squid EST has kept control of the zone this entire time. Only now they might lose this cap, but no, it just seems like Starlight Havoc cannot quite finish inking the zone all the way.
Yeah, they will not be able to finish the ink zone all the way, but Sudoku saving alive past the hammer by an inch, basically, more or less. The Zuka is becoming a play, the Zipcat's going to be coming away as well. Basically, outplaying the zone no matter what, with Sudoku again going for the kill. But with 25 ticks left on the clock for the side, Starlight Havoc, will they be having enough with the paint going back and forth, with the pencil, with the swords battling each other?
Oh
no,
my
they
God.
don't.
They can't get this cap right now. Squid EST is just not letting go. 2v4, I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if they still kept this cap somehow. It's some way. It's still being neutralized. Hammer throw, but finally Starlight Havoc getting their first control of the zone, and they're going to start to get some picks. Pencil finds the pick onto the heavy edit. Viper's going to go down as well. So Squid EST starting to get staggered just a little bit, but they have to get rid of these shooters if they want to have a real chance to stay in this game.
Yeah, you saw right there on the corner of Cookie, they just died for the bomb as well for Starlight Havoc. So they're playing a lot of defense up the spot right now, but will they be playing a lot more aggressive because we're going to be seeing 2 down inside of Squid EST. Zip getting killed by a Zuka on the last hit as well. That's going to be huge for Starlight Havoc to play more defense.
Yeah, and now, I mean, it's at that point where Starlight Havoc, you know, they've been down for most of this game, but they're ready to take this lead. Only 30 ticks to go before that happens. Umbreon gonna try to be poking up here with the V-shot about halfway to Zuka, and that Zuka could be huge for them. Stanford's gonna go down early. Wiper popping the hammer, but 2 down on either side here. Ace is trying to run back and protect the Penta a little bit. Zuka on zone. Is he gonna find that pick and gonna stay alive? And it's just gonna be the heavy end of it. Ace out of ink, trying to find this jump, trying to find this pick. Just a few points away from the leader for Starlight Havoc. 2 down on their side, but they're gonna find the lead. They just have to hold on a little bit longer for this knockout. But here comes Squid EST with the full force, trying to get this cap in their favor desperately. But the Zuka finds one, is gonna delay the pain just a little bit. 3v2, and Starlight Havoc barely is gonna hold on to take game 1.
Barely having it all the way to the end once again. Squid EST had it for most of the game, but it just when their defense were getting so low because they were just having it so easily. They were just chilling out, but then on the side of Starlight Havoc, something just clicked. When they just knew they had aggro, when they know Ace and Solo was able to be available, when they had basically cooler, that's when they were able to go in. And because of that, they just kept it going, and for the side of Squid EST, they just didn't know what to do. They waited for special too long. And because of that, Starlight Havoc came for the comeback and immediately get for the first point. But for the second point though, we are going to be seeing maybe a Scorch.
It's going to be Clams on Scorch, I believe. But yeah, that really was just Squid EST held it to 11, and then Starlight Havoc held it to knockout. Each team really got control of the zone once, and they just held it for infinity because fun game.
Final destination.
But speaking of holding positions to infinity, that is Clamless Scorch Gorge, because this map is incredibly defender favored, which makes every score so valuable, and every good score where you get, you know, that classic Clamless points where it just kind of melts all the way down into the 20s, that becomes incredibly powerful.
But the thing is as well that we saw, there was a chance that you can go for an Oko for this map if the RNG is to your favor. But usually in the chance we are going to be seeing basically the first score going down to 60, maybe 50 if they get lucky, maybe 30 if they have a lot of power. But for these 2 teams, it's so equally balanced they can go based on special, based on momentum. We are going to be seeing the first one going up to 60, and then it's going to go further up that. And also, is Shoji just sitting there, like, meditatively?
Just chilling on a little tissue box to stand up to the size, and Poppy was just hanging out on the mic.
But unfortunate. But yeah, so about Scorch really, like, what can you do to aggro on this?
Get a wipe and pray. It's kind of about it. You can't really crack and cheese anymore, so you just have to win that fight uphill onto the ramp, and that is so much easier said than done. It's so hard to get up there, but these teams are going to have to try to do just that if they wish to win on this map and not have that classic 8-minute overtime that Famous is a little bit infamous for in this game.
But you know, there was a thing called cooler, there is a thing called bubble, there is a thing of other specials. You can go for Zuka cheese and just go in from behind and like go in for in like the corner area, like on the ramp. You can get a Zuka ready on there and just boom, Zuka go all the way in, and just have a lot of defense on there because we know one in the ramp has Zuka, but on the side of that was actually on Alpha team, and that Alpha team is Starlight Havoc. They have the Zipcaster, they have the hammer, they can go aggro like that.
True. Yeah, I mean, you have ways of finding picks on a lot of areas of this map, especially, you know, those longer range specials are great for that. But let's just see what each of these teams are going to employ here in the strategy here. Game 2 of this series here. It is game point here for Starlight Havoc. That's going to be the ZF Charger and the Machine coming out on their side, juxtaposed by Vanilla Tristringer or the Order Tristringer and the Vanilla Wiper.
This is a huge change here because we are going to be seeing one hammer on the side of Squid EST. We are going to see the bow as well coming out for the side of Squid EST as well. But on the side of Starlight Havoc, we are going to be seeing the Slotted Machine Neo with the Zuka, and we're going to see the ZF actually said before with the Tri. So that's going to be a huge push power for them. But was that the bow getting first pick or was that the Zipcaster?
That was the ZF getting the first snipe on the shot.
Oh, damn!
That is going to convert into a quick delayed wipe here, as it's just going to be Ship here on the respawn, getting bullied a little bit by the rest of Starlight Havoc. Havoc. And yeah, you just win that opening team fight, you run forward for free, and you get that easy score for Starlight Havoc. And they're going to let Clams running into that basketball here all the way down to the 60s, down to the 50s, still scoring more points. Umbreon here still has Clams to keep the basket open for just a little bit longer, but now Starlight Havoc has to swim back, try and find some more if they want to keep the basket open, but it looks like they're going to be content with that first push to 50. That is a great push to get in your favor in just a minute.
Again, the usual style we see when people get the first point, getting all the counts into their favor, going down to 50. It's huge, as you said. But we are going to see Zeus. We're going to see Zeus actually getting eliminated. Now this Krill being eliminated as well. That Zuko was playing a lot for to start Squid EST, but now with no clams, with Zuko just needing one more clam though, that is going to be a huge push if they do get the final clam. That clam is going to be on the behind side as well, but because they didn't get the clam, we are seeing Cookie just being able to snipe off them one by one.
Yeah, I mean, it's just... dominoes are starting to fall here in favor of the Squid EST. They just have to find these last few picks and get this last little bit of control up on the enemy ramp, but Starlight Havoc starting to find back. Soro popping that Zipcaster, trying to find some picks here. Just zipping around here, there, everywhere. Has some people weak. Not going to be able to find that pick, though, but Starlight Havoc still fighting back just a little bit. Coolers out in their favor. Ace starting to move forward on this right-hand side. You're going to be shifting over to help out the shot player as well, so, or the zap player. So Starlight Havoc starting to move a little bit more forward. Squid EST really struggling under all the pressure that they're putting out.
Struggling on the pressure, just playing a lot of defense right now because they just stopped another push from the side of Starlight Havoc right there. But we're seeing them two on the bottom and the right side. The pay is not going to the favor of Squid EST. All they really need is just one really good push and then they go forward. But they need to kill off the ZF sniper because that's gonna be a huge buckets if they are just stuck in the open.
Yeah, I mean, right now it's just a really tough situation because right now, I mean, it's just classic scorch neutral where it's really hard for either team to make progress. And when you have this team like Starlight Havoc already having such a strong lead in their favor, it's really difficult for Squid EST to get anything mounted here. But that's going to be one going down, two down on the side of Starlight Havoc. This is the start of something here for Squid EST. It's just about how much they can convert off of this. They have the clams, they have Azuka at the ready, they have all the fighting power that they need, but it's just about putting all the pieces together and getting a push.
Yeah, but because of that grade though, Sudoku wasn't able to get their hammer to full use going over the grade and going for the kill right there. But no, that was more a scare tactic more than anything. But now that since they have enough clams, they can go for a score. But the zap getting killed by a bomb off the site, and Sudoku able to get his clam in. But that's not enough points because that's going to be another play going down.
Yeah, it's just going to be Avacord on the bow being the last alive. They have 7 clams. They can make a power claim whenever they wish. But at this point, minute 45 left. 80 is just not going to be good enough for Squid EST. They have to get back to that basket, get 2 power claims, and then an extra claim if they wish to take this lead. So still, it's going to be hard for them, but do not count them out just yet. They're definitely a strong team here. Starlight Havoc just has to hold on for a minute and a half longer, but that can definitely be easier said than done.
9 seconds left on the clock remaining. 3 spots coming up for Squid EST. 1 going down inside Starlight Havoc this time. Suzuki's coming out. That's going to be 2 down. No machine. No so it's going to be huge for them. 3 going down. No cooler. But the cooler on the other side for Squid EST is going down as well. But they have the ZF going in with the strikes. But that's going for the path. But Sudoku's going into the base right now. They could actually go and come to once the hammer's going out, and that is gone. So that's basically it's going to be this lead for them. But no, if Avacord gets in, that is going to be lead.
Just barely able to get the lead there. Squid EST turning the tables with 55 seconds left on the regular time clock. Starlight Havoc is going to start their aggression here with a great pick from Cookie onto Ship. 45 seconds remain, but they have 2 power claims at the ready. They can definitely get the lead back in their favor. It's just about making it all the way over there here. Soro is one of the clam carriers here, close to Zipcaster. The other one, of course, being that ZF already popping strikes early. Pick is coming out. 2 down on the side of Squid EST. This could be game here for Starlight Havoc if they can just make their way over. Power claim is in, just 1 more power claim, and that's the lead in their favor all the way down to 20 points left to go. And Starlight Havoc still there scoring more points. Umbreon can keep the basket open a little bit longer, and with 15 seconds to go, this could just be game here if they can deny the overtime, but Squid EST fighting back with all they can.
Fight back with all they can with 10 seconds left. We need to see them basically have 3 big clams to win the game. But Ship going ahead, playing the super aggro they most. They have the Zuka ready. They can get another clam win play. We have the bow actually having the ball ready. We have 2 players actually almost having a big clam as well. It's going to be really close to the half because it is half the overtime already.
Yeah, Whale's going to get popped out. Avacord is going to be swimming under the basket. Is going to be able to get that score in. They have a ton of clams to get in there, but can they stay alive long enough? Soro's going to find 2 picks, just swiping left and right. That is the full wipeout, and that is going to end the set here for Starlight Havoc 2-0.
Beyond, I think got a double or a triple right there with a bomb. That's why he stood freeze for a second. So that's gonna be a clip on Twitter. But still, that is gonna be a huge pick for Starlight Havoc going to against Green HD. They are securing a spot for the Hammerhead bracket right now. They just need to win one more set, and then they will be secured on that spot. But they need to be Sweet Tooth to go in and survive that, which they might be possible.
I don't know. Sweet Tooth is an incredibly strong team, but Starlight Havoc did a great job in that set, winning it 2-0. Both of those games were pretty tense down to the wire, but they were able to clutch up, kick into that second gear, and get the work done right when they needed to. So kudos to them. That was really well played for them. So I'm looking forward to see what they have cooking into the next few rounds of the tournament.
Yeah, going for the next round of the tournament, but the thing you need to know as well for Trade HT, again, since this is SOS and everyone gets a bracket, it's not over for them yet. They do have a battle against Caution, and that could be their winning spot for makeup bracket, actually, if they do win that.
Yeah, I mean, your run in SOS is not over just because of bad pools. You can always make a good run deep into the bracket. So I'm definitely excited to see where both these teams end up. But Starlight Havoc is going to be coming out on top in just this the scenario of the set. So kudos to them. Great 2-0, very well played from beginning to end.
Great beginning to end. Again, unfortunately, we didn't get to see game 3 on this set as well. But honestly, it was a really cool set. Really good comeback on the side of really. On the side of Starlight Havoc. It was just really close for either side. But because of that, we are going to be moving on to round 3, and that's going to be pretty quickly because we have the set already ready. And the names might be recognizable a little bit.
Yeah, I think we can just go straight into the next one if we so please. You want to do that, Dorian?
Oh yeah, let's go immediately in. That's going to be, oh boy. Oh boy, these names look recognizable. Killstreak versus Eels and Escalators. Killstreak, because if you know Killstreak from like back in like 2019, 2020, yep, it's the same thing, but they have Ginger Snap as a sub. Ginger Snap is actually a player from FreeFlow's squad playing in this SOS with them. So again, another 2019 coming back. So this is an old gen team still playing above with new players as well from Mart and Overtime. But Eels and Escalators, this is a pickup. Most likely you might be seeing them in LTC, but honestly, I mostly want to shout out Vinny because two reasons: one thing, blind audits, and other thing, they have been on the grind for low level playing ever since like a couple weeks ago, playing with some notable commentators as well, just like Lila was, and playing with like I think Flynn, just noble low level players just trying to get up there. So with Eels and Escalators, them playing strong, we are going to be seeing them again battling against Killstreak, and this might be a really good set. Hopefully, going to game 3.
Yeah, hopefully we'll be able to see our first game 3. It might be another curse of Lowing Tame 1, where it's all just a bunch of sweeps here. But maybe we'll see a tight set here as we close out the last round of pools. We're gonna be starting things off on ship shape tower control. There we go.
Yeah, and turns out I was wrong. This is a different Ginger Snap. Unfortunate. Well, oh well. But yeah, tower control ship shape cargo. There is 3 checkpoints: mid, left, right, and then you just go straight into the base.
Yeah, I mean, the checkpoints are definitely the biggest bottleneck, especially that second checkpoint. But that once you get into court area, it's kind of just free scoring points. Like the points from like 70 to 30 kind of don't exist on this map. It's really just, can you get past first check, can you get past second check, and can you stay on long enough to get that knockout in your favor. So it's always a fun match because it's very easy to see the momentum switch from one side to the other just because of how strong defensive positions are. So I'm looking forward to this one.
Yeah, honestly, we're going to be seeing a lot of social gameplay coming out here. We're going to be seeing maybe some dually gameplay too, but we definitely going to be seeing some side public gameplay coming out too on the side of Killstreak.
Yeah, I mean, a lot can happen. I'm looking forward to seeing what these teams have to offer. I'm not too familiar with either of them, to be completely honest, but I'm looking forward to familiarize myself with a little bit of what we have going on here. Yeah, I didn't follow much in the 2019-2020 area. I definitely started with Splatoon 3, competitively at least.
Yeah, well, for me, I am basically a new gen. I am an old gen because I remember Killstreak. But again, Eels and Escalators is a new pickup team, so they're going to be figuring it out pretty soon as well. But again, hopefully we see it come out really well for them, and they are going to be again pretty strong. But again, on this map on On ship shake cargo, like you said, the first 2 checkpoints are going to be basically the hellbent, and then on the 3rd checkpoint, you're just going to be game over. All you need to really do is coordination special, and also what you need to do as well is, you know, try tracks.
I mean, the big thing is you have to push ahead of the tower, because if you can get the points ahead of the tower, it's really easy to chase people away from getting towards it. So especially by that 2nd checkpoint, you have to like jump onto that area and just clear people off of that upper overlook, because otherwise it's kind of hard to get that push substantiated. But if you can do just that, then that knockout is going to be yours for the taking. So I feel like both these teams know exactly what they need to do on ship shape. It's been out for a good while. It's been kind of a staple tower map since day 1. So I'm looking forward to see exactly what's going to be cooking on this map.
Honestly, like it's been out for like 4 seasons now, something like
I don't
that.
think it's been out for that long. I think it's been out for 6 months, maybe.
Yeah,
Not 4 seasons. No chance.
maybe
had-
maybe not 4 seasons. It's like 6 months. Yeah, maybe.
Because what have we had come out since then? I know we've had Marlin. But what else?
Last one. Bone Rattle Arena.
No, like what other like multiplayer stages were there?
Yeah, Bone Rattle Arena. That counts. That's
Okay,
solid one.
fine.
It counts.
Fine. Bone Rattle Arena for all you overfishers. Chat ready to copy pasta.
Okay.
I'm sorry, Mods. I'm sorry.
Let's see. Beforehand, we have.
Was it not those two? Oh, Bluefin, the Bluefin one. So it was Marlin, then Bluefin, then I think it was the ship-shaped crab leg.
Yeah.
I don't know. Let's just get right into it here. Game 1 of the final round here of Nessie's Pools here for SOS 146, the hottest tournament this side of the Pacific. Let's just get right into it.
Yeah, we're going to be going into it. If no one DCs, someone's going to DC.
Hold. Please tell me all 8 players made it into there. Ooh, we're seeing Roller here.
Wait for it.
And Dynamo
Wait for it.
Roller from Cursed. Ooh. Like you said, both teams going to be bringing that bucket. Wow. Eels and Escalators had a really interesting comp from top to bottom with that mini spot thing and that Dynamo Roller.
And we are good to go. Okay, yeah, but the Dynamo one is going to be really huge because they have a lot of range with the Roy, and also just a 1-hit if they get the flick on spot. But if you see immediately right now, Eels and Escalators going to go right for the 3 down on the side of Kill Street, and we're going to be seeing just Eels and Escalators go all the way for the first checkpoint immediately.
Yeah, going right for it here. Dynamo's going to be that Tower Rider. Cooler's going to be popped. Mini is going to be popping that Hammer. Tri-Strike's going to be popped. All specials are going to be popped here for Eels and Escalators, and that's going to convert them to a pretty easy first checkpoint here. And already those points are going to be starting to fall in their favor. Zach's going to be pushing up on this left side, going to be retreating a little bit and starting to rotate here alongside Viddy, who's just holding forward with that bucket, trying to find the pick on the edit, but is going to get taken down instead. Tower's now at 40-point marker. Curse was forced to jump off it, but they can get back on one whenever they, feel comfortable, and they're close to another cooler here, so this pressure might just continue to cycle here for Eels and Escalators.
We are seeing just super aggro inside of Eels right now. Again, going to the second checkpoint already as well. Kill Street, they don't have any pay for the roller, and because of that, it's really going to be a mess for them to get out of there. As we see again, Zach going in with the aggro, killing off 2. That's going to be the edit, and that's going to be the start, and that's literally going to be Billy killing off this Zuki, and that's going to be killed off by Zach as well. That is going to be a huge checkpoint on the side of Eels and Escalators. Get a rookie having another kill.
Yeah, Zach just went completely crazy there, and that just might be a knockout for Eels and Escalators. There we go. Just 100-0. No nonsense tower push. Never lost control of the tower, even for a single second. Eels and Escalators making a statement here in game 1.
Eels and Escalators versus Kill Street. The C39 versus C40, by the way. Eels and Escalators is 1-1 right now. If they win the set, they're going on to Hammerhead.
This could be a pretty big upset.
This is looking like a pretty good upset because actually going from the history, Eels and Escalators beat an unknown. That's seed 14.
Ooh, wait a minute. Yeah, they lost to Pinpoint, who is the high seed in the group, but beat unknown. Yeah, 2-1. Wow, Eels and Escalators on kind of a crazy run right now. They could, they do have to finish it out though. So let's not count our chickens too early, but Krill streak definitely looks a little bit lost in that first game.
Yeah, again, we saw the aggro advantage like Eels and Escalators, what they had really. It's just so much power, so much running range what they had. Because what they had was the 52 gal, they had the Slosher, they had the Edit, and they had the Dynamo. The Dynamo was a really huge pick because again, no one really knows how to battle against the Dynamo. It's a really niche pick, but at the same time, it's a super heavy pick. And literally because of that, they could just keep on running and running. And with the Krill as a backup, that's going to just be huge for them as they play super aggro. And with the specials, all the specials they had were just coordinated too. So literally, it was just their one for Eels and Escalators.
I mean, I think the big X factor there for Eels and Escalators was Zach on that 52 gal, because Krillstreak did not have a single weapon that enjoys fighting 52 gal. Granted, there aren't many that exist in the game, but of the ones that do exist, Krillstreak did not have any of them because they had what? Edit, roller, bucket, shot. That's not a fun time to fighting a splash wall with a 13 frame kill time.
Yeah, and also at the same time, dude, they basically had no pain.
I mean, they had pain. It's just they weren't able to because they got wiped very early on, and I mean, Eels and Escalators just kept on siphoning that pressure over and over again. So,
But
I mean,
they had a
that was
roller.
really well played by them.
Yeah, but they had a roller. They didn't have no pain for them. Literally because of that. We didn't really see that. We didn't really see Killstreak go to their whole advantage because of that roller being a huge play for them, but them getting countered hugely from the pain that we saw Eels and Escalators had. Yeah, no, that's gonna be a struggle for them, and that was only for Dark Control. But there is other maps. Like this one.
Yeah, we do have some other maps here, like Game 2, which is going to be on Clamlet's Umami Ruins here. Let's get right into it. This is potentially game point for Eels and Escalators, and they had a very dominant Game 1. Milk going to be switching onto that Carbon Roller Deco as opposed to that Vanilla Roller, but Eels and Escalators going to be keeping things mostly the same here, so let's just see how is it going to shake out here in Game 2.
With respect to Milk to changing to the Kappa suit, keeping up the trend as well. Need a shout out that. But otherwise, and yeah, we are moving on to map 2 with immediately the shot going down inside of Killstreak. But we also see in the call fight for Killstreak, they'll play more aggro than more defense, but them immediately getting 3 down is going to be a little bit of a struggle for them.
Yeah, 3 going down on the side of Krillstreak is not what they want to see right now. Curse already has that football ready on that Dynamo Roller, but Zach's going to go down pretty early. That could be good for Krillstreak if they play their cards right, but Curse just content to sit back here, get paint, get damage on pretty much all the members of Krillstreak, and Eels and Escalators starting to once again cycle that pressure just a little bit here. Nationals are at the ready. Tricer's going to come in, and Kurt's going to swim right to that basket, going to get that score there, and going to take out that bucket as well.
Yeah, taking out the bucket there as well is going to be huge. Again, that's going to be 2 down inside Killstreak. Biddy having still clams on the side, and Zach having a clam on the side as well. It's going to keep the score going. And actually, that's going to be, I think that was the mini passing down clam to Zach, which they are able to get what's going down to 48 is actually going to be pretty huge for them.
Yeah, getting down to 48 in just a minute is a very strong start here for Eels and Escalators. Krillstreak was able to fight back, but even just getting 2 power claims is really nice for Eels and Escalators right now. But Krillstreak responding with a force, has a ton of map control and a ton of clams at the ready here. It's just about making that trek over to that basket, but Zuka's going to be popped. They have another Zuka at the ready, but they're going to get wiped out as soon as I say it. Zuka's going to find a double, but that's all that they're going to get, and Eels and Escalators going to quickly get map control back in their favor and quickly going to score yet again.
That's going by yet again. It's going to be huge for them if they are able to just move forward because there is so much comes on their back for the side of ESI. But we are seeing Killstreak just going ahead for it and just picking up the slam instead and actually taking space for the side. That's going to be a huge defense call going to that. But again, with the edit going down, with the going down, the Sludge going down as well. That's going to be more or less that Killstreak's push is not going to be happening at all.
Yeah, Krillstreak is just not winning these fights right now. Eels and Escalators are completely dominating them in the neutral, and they've just been doing such a great job at keeping that advantage state going in their favor and not really allowing themselves to fall into that advantageous of a position here. Dynamo is going to go down pretty early to the bucket player, but they're just going to be forced to pop strikes just to get back into mid of their own, and Eels and Escalators just going to hold on to this area, going to wall out that carbon deco that was trying to run forward here. I mean, they do have a power claim, but it's just going to get taken down by Viddy.
Yeah, it's going to be taken down by Biddy. It's going to be taken down by Zach. It's going to be taken down by the Dynamo Roll as well. But Zach's going to be playing up forward. That's going to be the shots going down. We're going to be seeing about going in for the double action and actually cutting off the player there, that was Zach. And also we are going to be seeing just a stalemate for the side of that's clear. The Diamond staying on top, waiting for everyone to come in, and with the Core coming out, with the Hammer coming out soon as well. But no, that's going to be a 2-down situation. Maybe that is.
Yeah, but I mean, players are just responding so quickly for Eels and Escalators because that Dynamo has been doing a great job at, you know, making sure that they're always coolered up. It seems like. So Rook's just going to be chilling here, holding onto that hammer, has a power claim at the ready, but they don't feel any pressure to push up right now because, I mean, Eels and Escalators just has been completely dictating the pace of this entire set at this point, and Krillstreak is really been struggling to hold on. Tri-strikes again, just pop, just to try and find some mid control here, but Zook's gonna be popped. Is able to find a pick onto the mini, is not gonna find another one onto the teammate sitting next to them, but that's at least gonna give some sort of respite here for Krillstreak.
Yeah, some butts to decide Killstreak, but it's not going to be pinning out because we see Finny and Millie pushing in on the out, getting a kill off, fall up on Sasha, and Millie jumping out. That's going to be a good call for them. But as we see again, with minute 30 seconds left, it's going to be all Eels and Escalators going into the base of Killstreak, but they don't have clamps. If they have clamps, they can just KO on the spot, but because they are spreading it all together, just waiting for the push ahead, that's going to be Killstreak's advantage to go up forward as they do. But no, the Slaughter save. No, that's going to be the Carbon save, Dynamo save actually. That's going to be huge, a wipeout.
Yeah, the Dynamo and the Mini, Kirst and Rook worked together and just was able to find 4 picks with just the 2 of them very quickly, and that's going to keep Eels and Escalators in a very strong spot. And Vidi more than ready to capitalize off of it because they're just been so ever present this entire match. 54 seconds left to go, and not a single second of this match has been favored for Krillstreak at this point. But Zook is going to find a pick onto Kirst, and Vidi's going to go down as well. Krillstreak trying to get something started here in the 11th hour because this is their last chance here. If they don't get this, they're going to be losing the set. So let's see what they can make, what they can get done in the next 55 seconds.
35 seconds actually, as we see right now for Moy actually gonna kill off the 52 out, but the Diamond's going to go down as well inside the Escalators. There is a chance to be coming up from Vidi on a Slosher, but that's not going to be too much at all. As we see for right now, the Clam is still going to be to the favor of Killstreak, but with 1 down as well. But the Clam doesn't even exist anymore. Wait, this might be it if we don't see Killstreak have a ball.
Yeah, I mean, Krillstreak could have, could extend it to overtime, which would give him another 20 seconds, but I don't think Eels and Escalators even wants to give them that chance. They do have the power claim, though. Edit was able to barely make one in time, but that Vidi's swim right under the basket and get that score, stop it overtime immediately, and Eels and Escalators finds another upset, takes a set 2-0, and is going to be moving on to Hammerhead.
Yeah. Moving on to Hammerhead is going to be really huge for them because this is going to be one of the best results for them right now. But will they survive Hammerhead? That's a major question. But still, GG to them. And Killstreak, you'll be going to go down to the. You're going to be going to the Lantern bracket. But Lantern bracket, we know you can sweep on it because we know you're strong potential in low ink. So we can see you back there again, and we can see you win that in there.
I don't know. That was just crazy though. Eels and Escalators was, I mean, Krillstreak didn't score a point in 2 games. That's how on Eels and Escalators was from the word go. Like, that was just incredibly dominant from 2 teams that are 1 seed apart. Just so incredibly well played by Eels and Escalators that entire time.
You could say they're locked in.
They are locked in. They are locked and loaded. I don't know if it was the blessing of us wonderful cosplays here on the streaming setup on the mic stand, but Eels and Escalators, there's something in the water for them, and they are drinking it up, and they are popping off so incredibly hard from it.
Yeah, and really because of that, they're going to be moving forward straight into Hammerhead. Unfortunately, not going to go all the way to Great Bite because of Pinpoint winning against them, but really just moving on forward. It's just a really good one for both of them. But for right now, again, that is going to be it for round 3. That's round 3 done for at least this set. There is still some other round 3 going on right now. Group K just started round 3. You guys should really speed up, by the way. But everyone else is really on either game 2 or game 3 right now. So really for that, it's going to be a little bit of a break. But honestly, what else can we say? Because we almost saw game 3. But really in general, we just saw some good matches.
I mean, we saw a lot of dominant matches. Those were all 2-0s. Those were all pretty strong statements from both of those teams, or from all those teams. So that's going to be the end of pools being streamed here for SOS, but don't go anywhere. We will be back after a short break with the main bracket here for Great White. So we'll see you guys in just a little bit.
Yeah, we'll be back.
He's gonna run it, and I think anti-champion is gonna win. And anti-champion.
Pufferfish party, the night sharks.
Pixelated with the reverse sweep on Kate.
Pixelated. Arrows of fire.
Calamity.
Arrows of fire.
Squid strikes. Black Ink Raiders.
Ika Ryoku.
7, 8, 9.
Octopi. Corinthia.
Attack the fuelers.
AK.
Taco breakfast burrito.
Storm in a teacup.
Just squidding.
Indigo.
Shoujo.
White Siege.
Honor bound.
88 star.
Pandora's Squid Bunks.
Hyperzone.
I heard you've been trying to play without losing rank points. Well, I got the perfect thing for you. Introducing Splat Chord Squabbles. It's a new 2v2 zones event with 4 sessions for you to play in. You can join 1 or more because there is no need for 4. Just ask a friend to register and you're good to go, buddy. Now, if you're a real one like me, those first few matches are going to be a breeze, but they're going to be harder and harder throughout each event as it only takes 1 loss for you to get knocked out. Only the top shooters and splatters will make it through to the qualifier, and for that, we got the rewards for you. A Sendu.Inc badge and an invite to the final bracket where you'll compete for the grand prize against other top splatters for $50 in the grand final. Big money, big band. How much is that? Not a band, but you know what I'm saying? You're getting up to a 20th of a band. Yeah. If you're just playing for fun or trying to get in on the action without playing, we'll be streaming it all live on Twitch with commentary throughout the finals. If you're rocking with that, don't forget to drop by at discord.gg/Splatoon to get started. And we'll see you in the squabble starting April 28th. Oh my God. That shit sounds funny as fuck.
How's it going, everyone? Welcome back to Swimmer Sync 146, the hottest tournament this side of the Pacific. We are bringing you in your top cut. I am Broken Pinky. I'm supposed to be joined by Jorian. I don't know where bro is. I think he might have got lost in the sauce. Ooh, new fish.
I am now full powerful. I am now fully a Pikachu. This is now the most craziest SOS ever. With Pikachu, with now fully Pokemon and fully a cat, we are now powerful. Welcome to the craziest SOS ever.
The power scaling is insane here. Honestly, like I'm a little scared. I feel like there's too much sauce coming out of the screen. So there's just too much going on.
Yeah.
So hopefully we will return to normalcy. And as soon as I say that, we are going to be looking at seed 42 in Great White. So
yeah. So
maybe it's not going to be that normal.
Yeah. So that's it. I'm escalating this. It's seed 42. Moving on to Great White. That's the craziest thing ever already. President Denny's regular, who is basically Legato, battling in seed 9. And there is another match as well. FreeFlow, who's seed 38, seed 35, battling seed number 5 right now as well for Bad One bracket. So again, this hottest SOS is truly the hottest SOS going into matches. But now we are down to the most important part of this SOS, the bracket stage. And this bracket stage, starting with Mimic Humpback, we are going to be seeing how aggro is going to be.
Starting with Rainmaker Humpback is brutal. We are going to be seeing Tower Control Inkblot as well, and potentially a rematch on Clamlet's Robo Ramen if we make it to Game 3. But Rainmaker Humpback is... I don't know how to describe this map. We've been playing it since Splatoon 2, and my feelings have not really changed since Splatoon 2, other than there's not Stingray anymore. But I don't know. This really is just kind of a map where you just lay out the red carpet for your team, and they hold forward.
It can be considered as hell.
Yeah.
Yeah.
HE double hockey stick, because we're trying to keep things family friendly.
Yeah, okay, fine. But being mean for that is, again, this could be going two ways. Can go fully for the 5 minutes, or fully for the first check for like 2 minutes, or it could go for a quick checkpoint, a quick knockout. That could happen. Because one thing as well you need to know is, no one's going to sneak left. So we are going to be going full sending right. Yeah,
I mean, this is one of the few maps that has throwing route. So if we see anyone send Rainmaker left, then they are throwing. But you can still set flanks around the left side, depending on the weapon, depending on the player, how quirked up they are, and that could definitely be a huge key advantage for just completely ripping away the enemy defense at the final hurdle, that final knockout stage. Because what if you get a wipeout beyond that first checkpoint, the game ends instantly.
Yeah, the game will end instantly if they get for the checkpoint. But really, what we need to see if I not put inside if that's it, I'm escalating this. Again, being the lower seed, if they offset down these regulars, this is going to be old gen for the new gen. And the new gen of that's it, actually, this being a pickup as well. Oh boy, it will be a mess. That would be a mess online.
Yeah, I got a lot of stories being written. I mean, a lot of lower seed teams making big upsets in the pool stage, making their way into the bracket. So I'm excited to see how this is all going to shake out. This is definitely going to be a difficult set for Dacidum escalating this, but I mean, they've made miracles happen this entire tournament. They can definitely continue to do just that. All their sets going 2-1, but they've been able to just barely claw their way into the Great Wide Bracket, and now they are presented with another challenge that they're having to take head on. Yeah,
they actually went into bracket, but that's it. I'm escalating this. They went all game 3s, if I'm thinking correctly. They went all game 3s, so if they survive all game 3s,
in that pool was game 3 except for one of them, which was a 2-0.
So yeah.
There's a lot of game 3s in that pool.
Yeah. So if that's gonna be the chaos in that group, what would Danny's regular play against that? What is even that I'm escalating this comp? Because okay, no, this is kind of funny because the two teams that said about escalators that made it to close matches. If you think about that, that's kind of crazy.
I mean, Eels and Escalators, respectively, or very respectively, is going to be in Hammerhead bracket for now. But that's I'm escalating this, making the dreams come true all the way to the Great White bracket. So I don't know. And again, it's a team that's born of the fires and the flames of a very turbulent pools experience. So This might be harder for Denny's regulars than we might anticipate here, just if you look at the seeding, because seeding does not tell all the stories, as is evident when you have players of this skill caliber.
Yeah, because we need to take on their sets actually, but most likely if they made it to Hamhead, they mostly would have been having a good streak. But what happened for them? Oh, it looks like with Denny's regulars, they just swept the whole group.
Yeah, I mean, that's what happens. Denny's regulars is a very strong team. Haven't really faced much of a challenge yet at this point in the tournament, but the night is still young. Things can always change, both in and out of their favor. So hopefully we'll be seeing all of these players lock in their weapons and lock in for some awesome gameplay here in Splatoon 3.
Yeah, or we're just waiting for them to get in the room, because it looks like from our producers, Justin, they are now picking weapons, so they are in the room, and yes, hopefully they are going to be showing them pop-off weapons. Mostly nothing that's not going to be one trick, but I'm just saying right now, we might be seeing from Denny's regulars, maybe a Nolus, maybe a pencil, most likely a shot. Slashing machine, maybe? Maybe? I don't remember, because it's not S2 anymore, just S3. So, yeah, possible.
What if they brought back Ray, but they only put it on machine again?
No. Well, wait,
Hey,
wait, you said machine? Wait,
yeah,
you
only
said
on machine. Only on machine.
Okay, that's fair. That's fair. If it was on machine, that's fair, because are you a machine player?
Oh, you're a machine player? Oh, gross.
Are you a machine player?
No.
Okay,
I play Range Blaster because I'm way cooler. Anyway, let's get right into it. First game, first set of top cut here between Denny's regulars, and that's what I'm escalating this. We are going to be seeing Hermit on the classic ink brush, and there is that Range Blaster that I just summoned on the side of that I'm escalating this.
That is so crazy.
That's one CRB kit. Let's go.
That's crazy that it's spawning out of Oblivion. But as we see in the comps right now, again, it's going to be the shot, it's going to be the tri-slots that's going to be there. That's going to be a wiper as well inside. That's it. I'm escalating this. That's going to be a full aggro component in from them. But we see for Denny's regulars, them just going to sweep in 3 down on the side. But that's it. I'm escalating this.
Yeah, Denny's regulars looking to end this game in about 45 seconds here. They already have that checkpoint in their favor. Kubi's going to be grabbing that Rainmaker on that heavy spot. We haven't even had a chance to talk about Denny's regulars comp, but here comes that Zuka for Dasam escalating this. They are certainly escalating things. You're getting 3 down on Denny's regulars, but yeah, I mean, Denny's regulars has a very interesting comp. Splash, which has been, on the downturn a little bit, heavy deco and the ink brush, but they made it work pretty well to get that score down to 37, but now that's what I'm escalating this has the Rainmaker in their control, making their way over, but not if the Zuka has anything to say about it.
That crazy Zuka side going in from Denny is going to be huge on their side, because they can keep it going, but again, the kill going for Zuka as well, trying to replicate it for their side as well. It's not really going to be helping out. They have special for the side of Denny's Vectors right now. The crab is going to be coming up for more defense, getting a kill as well, but that is going to be all set up for Hermit, who's going to be going to the base and just picking it up and letting it go. But for right now, who's going to be picking up for Denny Vector?
It's going to be Tyfloat holding that Rainmaker there, just trying to get some more points. Kubi is going to be popping that Kraken into S1 CRB kit, the Range Blaster, spinning fact and dropping great directs, getting that pick on the Rainmaker for that I'm escalating this. Kubi going to be forced to jump out, and that is going to be the purple team getting a ton of mid control right now, trying to make their way, get a few more points on the board, hopefully get that checkpoint and even get that lead.
Yeah, hopefully getting a lead, but you see the crop going down. They actually finally do get the check as well. The Zuka is going to be coming up, getting a double. The triple not going to be coming up because the flower is actually saving life by the hammer. That is going to be the Rainmaker pop coming out as well. There is going to be no hammer kill though, so they are going to be backing up. Good call for them. Waiting for Zuka, waiting for the cooler actually as well. But the Zuka is going to be coming up with Kira, getting a pick.
Yeah, I mean, that was definitely a really solid push for that's what I'm escalating this. They were able to get that checkpoint out of the way, which is going to be great for their future pushes. But Denny's regulars was able to quickly regroup, get back mid control, get, I mean, just a ton of paint in their favor right now. Popping Whale, Kraken's going to be on its way, getting a quick pick, 2 quick picks. Hermit is just so strong on this ink brush, and Kuvia popping that Kraken, Hermit going right in alongside, and this game could be blown wide open here for Denny's regulars.
Lucio though on a save, Jamie Q as well. They get a CRB kit. Oh my god, everyone from Denny's regulars KO'd. That's it. I'm escalating. This has a lot of pain advantage right now. They have a cooler as well, but Jordan right behind is not going to be pretty good for them. But everyone is going to be picking up as well. We also see that's it. I'm escalating it, going for the lead. Zuka is going to be coming out. Ham is going to be coming out right now too. If Lucio does fall, that's going to be lead for them. But they do. 25.
That's the lead at 25 points, but the problem about this map is that no lead is a safe lead until it is a knockout. So Denny's regulars absolutely still in this, but that's them escalating this, getting a huge lead in a very pivotal point of the match. 2 minutes left to go, but here comes Hermit coming in, is able to find a trade, but gets taken down quickly here. Kira trying to monitor, keep as much of mid painted in that purple color as possible. Denny's regulars is trying desperately to make their way back into mid because they know time is starting to run out just a little bit. They're going to be able to find some picks here onto that range blaster, especially Typhlo going to be dropping down with that crab tank. Lucio going to be able to find the pop there for that's them escalating this though, and at this point it is just pure neutral game.
But the thing is, Lucy gonna be stuck in 3v1, but that might be what that's it actually wanted because the hammer pick might be going pretty huge right now, but no, that is gonna be a wipeout for them. They can just run and keep on going. The Zuka's gonna be ready for them as well. Danny's probably just need to keep on running, keep on going, but we do see bombs that might be coming out soon, but no.
One wipe and the game completely flips on its head. Hermit does a great job of pushing that Rainmaker down to 16 points, and Denny's regulars still in this area, still putting pressure on. That's it. I'm escalating this, getting the pop on the shield, getting the pick onto the range blaster as well. Rainmaker grabs again down to 12 points. Kubia has a Kraken on the way, is gonna find the pick onto that hammer. That's what I'm escalating this, desperately trying to de-escalate the situation, but it doesn't look like Denny's regulars gives a care about what they want. Lucio finally able to drop the Rainmaker off of their plat there, but that's what I'm escalating this is now in a really tight spot with just 40 seconds left to go.
40 seconds is 40 seconds left and basically one dream to go on because Lucio is going to be holding that Rainmaker unless they go find SA and just wait for a reason to make it happen. But with one kill on the side of Denny's Vexus right now, the bomb is going to kill him up, and that's going to be a really bad spot for them actually because they need to go up the rail to get up there. But with the hammer coming out as well, maybe killing off the shot, that might be a call for them. But also we need to say as well, Denny's Vexus is not running cooler.
Oh yeah, this is just so tense. Lucio trying to hold onto this Rainmaker is going to be forced to regress. This range blaster is going to run forward, but Lucio's going to go down there. Jumps are going to be coming in. 5 seconds ago, they have to grab this Rainmaker, but it's about to reset. They're able to grab it just in the nick of time. It's going to be Kira though, so that means they have no Zuka for their final push, and that Wiper is going to be going down early. They have to watch this flank angle here, but Kraken and Crab and Zuka are all online here. One of them is going to get taken down though, but here comes the Kraken, and here comes the Whale, and here comes the Zuka, and that's it. I'm escalating this, just could not hold on. Denny's regulars finds game one.
They find game one, but at what cost? We saw that Denny's regulars were struggling actually at the start of it, but they made it through to pass by checkpointing and make it all the way to 35. But after that, they were struggling, man, because damn, the asset of escalated it, and put it up to 100. They made it down to 25. But after that, Denny's regulars decided to lock in, and they came back with it, just going in, but still not going for KO though. What does that mean? Is that there is potential for that to get escalating this to actually win through this. We need to see who can play a holds though. But with no crew on the side of Denny's regulars and playing with all aggro weapons and aggro specials, this might be to their favor. Denny's regulars' favor.
I don't know. I mean, Denny's regulars definitely had, been, I would imagine they've been rocking without Cooler for this whole tournament, and they haven't lost a game yet, as far as I'm aware. So, I mean, it might just be what the secret sauce they need to working, but that's what I'm escalating this. Definitely did a great job. They cranked the dial to 75, not quite enough. They had to get it all the way to 100, but Tower Control Inkling Art Academy might just be their map, a map that gives you just a few more chances to get, some nice elongated pushes, especially with that passive special charge that is so customary on Tower Control.
Yeah, and with the custom Range Blaster kit, the Range Blaster, basically playing Range Blaster, it's going to be a good time for them. They can just hold still, throw bombs, hold Wave Breaker as well, just basically stay in one spot and keep on popping.
Oh yeah, I mean, as a Range Blaster player, I love this map. I love using Range Blaster on this map. I would love to see that S1 CRB kit. Please, my weapon does not have a sub or a special. Please. But yeah, I mean, this is just a really, really, neutral map. It's so good. There's a reason why this has been tried and true ever since Splatoon 2, and even now in Splatoon 3, it's really withstood the test of time. So I always love seeing TC Inkblot being played. That's the NA in me for sure. But regardless, I'm looking forward to it. Here we go. Game 2 between Denny's regulars and That's What I'm Escalating It. Set point here for Denny's regulars. Let's get right into it.
We'll be seeing the green that's going to be on the side of Denny's regulars, but in the purple, we are going to be seeing That's It Escalators. And are the Escalators indeed? Maybe so. We are going to be seeing more bombs on the side of... Well, no, but you're going to see the same comp. Other than Lucio changing to the edit the sample range. But also, again, we have to shout out the cat. The cat uniform. Thank you to That's It Escalating this. Thank you for the cat.
Thank you for the cap, but Lucio's not liking any of that to go down to the side of that's them escalating this, and Denny's regulars off to a very strong start. Kuvia on that tower, already incredibly close to Kraken, and it's going to be patrolling the bats area with that point sensor, and that's going to be a Zuka pick as well coming out for Denny's regulars. Already done with that first checkpoint, making their way to that second. That second checkpoint is a massive bottleneck, but with Denny's regulars already having control of the enemy bats, this might just fall immediately for them, but they're starting to go down. Numbers are starting to trade. Hermit and the Viper going 1v1. It's just 1-for-1 here, but Flowers cannot break through. Kuvia is going to be patrolling the tower. He's going to be popping Kraken as well. 42 is where the tower is going to be stopped at for now, but Kuvia finds a pick with the Kraken, is trying to find another while patrolling this bats area, and Denny's regular off to such a strong start.
Charge a strong shot, but they're still running at it, but there's no one on the tower right now. They're basically just playing more defensive mid, but with Flowers just basically holding on and playing more aggro to the spot, cutting off the butts, that's going to be a huge call for that set on to keep on going forward. We see right now the Zuka is going to be ready for Denny's regular, but that's going to be one going down inside. That's I'm escalating two. Maybe a second one from Typho's hands.
Yeah, all three go down to that. That's a delayed wipe on that's I'm escalating this. Typhoon is able to find two huge picks there with the Octo shot, and it's going to be immediately running to the bats, but it's going to get surprised by Kira. But the Kira's going to go down to Hermit, but Hermit's going to stop bloodbath on the Denny's regulars is on the enemy plats.
Yeah, them on the heavy path is going to be huge right now as we see them keep on point. We see the Kraken coming up on Denny's regulars right now, and with that, they are just going to be trying to act up as much as possible. We are going to be seeing Curva just not getting killed on Kraken, but just being a scare tactic, and with that, we are going to be seeing that as I'm escalating this, just stopping the town once again.
Yeah, that's what I'm escalating. This has been doing pretty well on defense once it makes it to their plat, but Denny's regulars has just been so strong on their offense here, especially in mid, winning so many of these team fights. It's been really hard for that, and I'm escalating this to make control or to make some headway here with the tower points, but finally going to get something started, have some points on the board, making their way to their third checkpoint, and they get the pick on the Hermit as well. So things are starting to look good for them, but here comes the Zuka to try and ruin their day.
Yeah, he comes to win their deep, but we see that's what I'm escalating this, passing that first checkpoint though. That's huge to their favor. 2 minutes and 30 seconds left on clock. We are going to be seeing the Zuka coming out as well, but we might be seeing that's actually locked in now. They seem comfortable in knowing what to do.
Yeah, but they're going to go two down there right as they're trying to make that call for the second checkpoint, and Typhoon's going to find a pick onto the edit as well, stifling all of that momentum they've been building up. 3 minutes gone in this game, just 2 minutes left to go for that's what I'm escalating this to fully crank that dial to 100 and stay alive in this tournament. But Denny's regulars looking to try to wall them out as much as possible. They have the specials online, Whale, Zuka, and Kraken, all of which at the ready, all of which starting to be popped, strikes at the ready as well. Kuvia riding this tower, 2 down on the side of that's what I'm escalating this. Kuvia trying to find another pick onto Flowers, but Flowers is actually able to find it here and stall the pushing for Denny's regulars.
Flower is able to get a kill off the bunch as well. Again, the strikes are going to be coming out as well. CRB kid is just running the strike, running shot, and they actually get cut off. So unfortunate for them, but the tower buddy enjoying back to Denny once again. That is it. I'm actually this is being de-escalated at this point.
Yeah, I mean, we've been seeing a lot of strong wipers this tournament, and Flowers definitely among them for sure, but right now it's just Denny's regulars has been doing so incredibly well that it's hard for much of that set I'm escalating this to substantiate much here. Hermit just being annoying as ever. Picks are just coming out left and right. Love Trial is going to find a pick with the Zuka. Viper's going to go down right at their feet as well. It's going to find the pick on a S1 SRB kit or CRB kit, and right now just a minute to go. Denny's regulars still pushing in the enemy plat. Kira is out of their Zuka though. Here come the strikes from Denny's regulars. Hammer's going to find a pick though. It's just a complete bloodbath, but the fight is going in favor of that's what I'm escalating this, and now with 45 seconds left to go, this is their last chance to make something happen here in the set.
Get saying about last chance, they need to fight the tower, but mostly they just need to get up to mid. I've seen right now it's going to be one down situation. That's going to be both of the aggro players, the Veil and the Hammer player. With 33 seconds left to clock, we're going to be seeing who gets the first kill next, and that's going to be on the side that's wrestling in this. And with that, we need to see Dennis Regular just play solid defense, but they are still keep on holding on.
Yeah, 20 seconds left in this game. Denny's regulars has all of the advantage they could possibly want. They have that second checkpoint cleared, so that's going to make things even easier for them. And Typhoon is able to find 2 quick ones, is able to find a third on the Flowers. This could just seal it. That's a quad from Typhoon with 10 seconds to go, trying to find even more, but it might not even matter at this point. Denny's regulars has the tower. Kuvia is going to be sitting there with the Kraken, and that is a 2-0 sweep for Denny's regulars in Great White.
And with that, Denny is very good. It's going to be moving on to round 2. That's it. That's it. Escalating this. You guys will see 40. You guys will see 48, and you made it so far in. You made it a great fight, but that's it. That's your one.
Wait a minute. Hold on. That's what I'm escalating. This might be out at seed 42, but FreeFlow is still in the bracket, beating Sweet Tooth.
So
seed 38, still in it.
So
that's crazy.
So yeah, if you want to know something, if you want to switch accounts, maybe, if you want to know something about FreeFlow, we've been here for a while and we've been at it. This is the first time that we have made the grapevine in a while. I was making it to round 2, and if you see Pinpoint again, oh, you're going to see a good set. That's gonna be the round 2. That's gonna be round 2 no matter what. This has to be. But honestly,
you might be telling the future, but unfortunately, you and I will not be living it. We are going to be signing off here. This is where we must part ways with the SOS stream, but don't worry, there's going to be plenty more cats to finish it out for here, I would imagine. But before we go, gotta know, Jorgan, where can we find you?
well, you can find me right down there, where Pikachu is saying. Joanne51 on Twitter, Joanne2 on Twitch. You can find me on Dapple Productions, streaming that for like Street Touching this weekend. There is this commentator as well, and also the manager of FreeFlow, at FreeFlow SPL. And also, there is also a stream for people you want to watch that too. Well, check the Sunday page. Check the Sunday page.
Mike Just, and you guys can find me at BrokenPiggy_. You can see that link right underneath my little friend over here. I will also be at Low Tide City as both a competitor and a spectator. Super excited to that. You can no longer, I don't think you can sign up as a team anymore, but if you can just make it out as a spectator, buy spectator passes at the door, I would highly recommend it. Lanes are always a fun time. Cannot recommend it enough. But that being said, that's the end of our block. Thank you guys so much for watching. Do not go anywhere though, because the best is yet to come here at Swimmer's Inc. 146.
Oh yeah, by the way, one more thing. If y'all go to LGC, maybe TMA might be coming back. Oh yeah, okay. So that's it. Bye.
Meow? What's this? It's SOS 146. Oh my god. It's Inkling Performance. I'm here with Lily. Hi guys. I'm Lila.
Hi Lila, it's fantastic to be with you for Inkling Performance Labs. Swim was sync number 146. We are going to be taking you all the way through to the rest of Great White Bracket.
Yeah, it's going to be really interesting because our first match already we're going to be casting here, aside from the first match that just happened, is going to be another big seeding difference match because we have Pinpoint versus FreeFlow here. Pinpoint is seeded, let me go double check again. FreeFlow is seeded 38th and Pinpoint is seeded 13th, which they also just beat the 4th seed in the last round as well. So FreeFlow beat the 5th seed, so this is going to be very interesting to see.
Oh yeah, this is a couple of, this definitely looks like a couple of upsets. So I want to see which team is going to be coming out on top of this one. FreeFlow and Pinpoint, not necessarily the teams that we may have expected to win in that first round, but they're going to be duking it out in this next best of 3 together. Pinpoint and FreeFlow. Let's have a look at these rosters actually. Pinpoint has Akame on their FreeFlow and 49er, Renzel and Gimme. FreeFlow, Cakes, Blue, Joven and Chins. And we'll be starting off here on Rainmaker Undertow Spillway. Now, this is a fun switch up, fun change that they've made, especially to the middle of this map. But you know what is a switch up here are these weapon combos actually.
Yeah, no, because I'm a fellow friend of Renzel here, and they've been talking about the whole time how their team has been cooking, and it always involved a Dapple, and I can see why. The new Dapple, I mean not the new Dapple, the newly buffed 170p Dapple Dualies is going to be producing the coolers, and instead you're going to get the red pencil this time around. So you have red on top of red.
Red on top of red indeed. It already looks like they're doing pretty well in terms of at least trying to make their presence known against FreeFlow here. Does look like, however, Blue does manage to pick up and find an opening just to be able to try and get that checkpoint, being slightly threatened by the pencil, the red pencil there, but it does look like with those 3 players going down on FreeFlow, Pinpoint are going to be looking to make their comeback. They had a good early, I think they were able to aggressively kind of push up ahead, but I think it was just that FreeFlow found that opening to make early on, right when Pinpoint wasn't looking.
Oh, but you gotta give them credit where credit is due, though, Pinpoint, because they're already able to hold back mid already in the last, like, 30 seconds or so, getting their coolers and stuff ready. But you gotta find that offense soon, because the cooler effect's gonna run out soon, and there it is. It's gonna leave out, but the Zuka's gonna be saying something from Akame. Finds 1, finds 2 with the pencil as well. The rain coming down to paint down some ground for them to get the ball rolling, as 3 of them try to approach this first checkpoint, and it's just Jay Riley trying to hold on to the last person, and they do go down, and it's just left up the Zap to try and hold this off, and they do not succeed, and it's just left with the V-Dualies to try and hold the checkpoint, but they're not going to be able to let them, I mean, they're going to be able to just pass the checkpoint with ease, as Pinpoint now has to fight for the extra point that they need for that lead. FreeFlow is in a really safe place right now.
They actually are, and this is kind of similar to how their first push kind of went, how FreeFlow's first push kind of went. They kind of ended up in the same kind of situations where 3 players ended up going down a Pinpoint after grabbing that checkpoint. But it's really going to come down to if FreeFlow can actually keep up the momentum. Their first push, once again, all these pushes that we've been seeing have been sneaky, as you mentioned, sneaky, just trying to find those openings and make the most of it. But they really need the support of the rest of their team to be able to make these pushes work even longer. And I think they're just getting a little bit threatened by all those bombs and pencil that's surrounding them at the moment. I'm not sure if they can do it just yet.
It definitely is, but there's like a very major like miscalculation I can steal on the side of Pinpoint, because Pencil is like their only major long range to mid range type of engagement. FreeFlow has 2 of them. They have the Brella and the Nautilus to work with. But being said, both of them are now down with the Rainmaker as well, and there's only the Dualies left. They might have an easier time to just fight it with the weapons on hand, because they themselves only have Pinpoint having Octobrush, Shot, and Dapples, and they're not known to be the most like long to mid range fighters, as we all know and say. But they're going to opt to take the right path here to make it quick and fast, and if they have to engage, they have to engage close. I like that idea as 49er goes up that ramp to clear the space to stall that cooler as much as they can and runs up the ramp with that Rainmaker. It is Renzo to bring up to 34 points on the board at the moment.
Yeah, well, once again, they're managing to find these openings and running them through, even if it's just to get those extra points on the board for them and losing players in the process.
They're sneaking it! They're sneaking it!
They are sneaking it just a little tiny bit further. This is unusual, you know, even with the changes made to the left push. Having that right side and still managing to get it through the uninkable is certainly an interesting play.
I mean, look, it certainly helped a lot because of how soon you get off that uninkable, right? There's so much paint already to be had on that ramp. And if you're being very opportunistic, you could be just like Renzel there and just had 18 points now on the board. But enough games for both of these teams, because FreeFlow is going to opt for the same choice to try and pick out from the top right side. 2 down now, but it's going to be the frontlining Pencil being able to take down the Rainmaker and stopping this pop with Dapple Dooley's trying to hold it off as soon as they can, but no, they do not. The SD is going to be able to tank it. 40 seconds left here, and they're going to try and run it up to a 19 points here. Very close, but not succeeding, as 49er cleans up the mess that FreeFlow has brought up to their base.
And now they have Cooler as well, which is just going to be giving them that extra buffer. They really need to be able to take this back for themselves, as the other team, as FreeFlow is now on the respawn. They just need to be able to survive these bombs. We can see how much they have actually painted up again. They also have the beacon there. Get in quickly if they need to. So things are looking pretty good for Pinpoint as they try and slowly inch their way forward, but they're losing a couple of players here. I'm not sure if Pinpoint have their opening just yet. FreeFlow absolutely has them, and pretty good defense at that point, not being able to allow them to even take it past mid as we go into overtime.
Hold on. Oh no. They had the setup perfectly there, Lily. They had it, but they just took a little bit too much time to try and clear up that right space, and then Zuka just got too perfectly at that range. So there was really nothing FreeFlow could have done there.
Yeah, that was really close as well. 18 to 19 as well. And, you know, one thing that I thought was really interesting is how they opted to go for the uninkable, the right-hand side, which was, you know, as you mentioned, it's good when you can actually get quite a lot of paint up around there, so you can actually push forwards very quickly. But once again, when we did see that first push up the uninkable, the first time we saw that, they were basically kind of just running into enemy fire. Even if they were able to get those quick points, that's kind of what you expect in a Rainmaker anyway.
I mean,
you get those quick points if you absolutely have to.
Is it even quick points when you get down onto 18? You rarely get 18 when you approach up the right side, and both these teams did it consistently going up the right side. So at this point, like, because I've had a discussion with someone else before that talked about the new Undertow rework, and they said if you have the resources to go for the right side, sometimes it's just worth to go with now because of how short the uninkable is, and it's just less risky than before. Then you have to travel such a big territory that you have to worry about. But it's not going to be the same case for Hagglefish though, because most of the areas that you can access to is paintable and has a direct access to it.
Yeah, and once again, those paintable areas, when you have them in your control, and when you've got them painted your colors as well, it's in Rainmaker in particular, that gives you a fantastic advantage. In Tower Control, it's slightly different. You can get 3 of to have someone
messed it up.
on
I
the
messed it up.
So the defense is always going to be like.
Okay, it's not gonna fall now.
The defense, so the defense is always going to be at least 4 players being able to collapse around the tower, if possible. So we have a slight difference here in terms of how far we can actually.
I mean, yeah,
your
100%. Because you want to break that second checkpoint with the lesser resource that you have to break the checkpoint, the more resources you have to go through the checkpoint, all right, afterwards. And seeing as how both of these teams are playing, I think the short range advantage that Pinpoint has at the moment is going to be working out a lot more. But they're going to switch out the cooler advantages, the cooler provider here, back from the blue pencil and then back on the blue dapples as well. I like it. I like it that the colors match up whenever you have to switch away from the the alternating kits. Like, it's red dapples on red pencil, it's going to be blue pencil and blue dapples, you know, it's always going to be blue and blue, red on red.
Absolutely, and I appreciate the other team, FreeFlow, sticking to the same concept that we had before. Already, Gimme going for another pop, as if say, give me that splat. Looks like they are pushing ahead, getting under that, getting up and over onto that ramp as well, just to be able to get some space over into that spawn. This is going to be fantastic for Pinpoint, because, you know, if you've got someone up there, especially the weapon, a weapon like some kind of skirmisher that's constantly just going to be a distraction, if you're not paying attention to that, they can just take you out very quickly. But speaking of taking you out quickly, it looks like 3 players have gone down inside Pinpoint. FreeFlow is ready to make their comeback.
I mean, they're gonna have to, because if they don't, then this lead is going to look really rough to take, as the pencil gets 2 down, but leaves them just alone to fend off this checkpoint at the moment. Looking like FreeFlow is going to be able to take this first checkpoint at ease here, because they have the cooler to come back fast, and they still have the paint and man advantage at the moment. Inkjet's going to top out on the top right to try and clear up some more space, pushing the pencil far back. Are they going to be able to pick them out, as they do with the last shot, trading out with the rest of the team? And it's going to be Akame now on that tower to stop this push, but it's going to be a lead flip already from 63 to 68, but might be I'm mistaken though, because this checkpoint isn't broken yet, and it's still 63 points into the lead here.
Yeah, absolutely. That's the first checkpoint that they really need to be able to get through before it even gets like that much more difficult. But already we're seeing this Ink Crush trying to get the pick of the crab, getting the shredding it as well as the crab is trying to roll them over. Man, as a crab tank player, I know that like when you're in that situation where you just want to roll over, it's devastating when you manage to get crushed like that. It does look like, however, Blue's going to be getting a pick on here, so they're trying to make sure any of these faster close range weapons are out of the picture. Looks like they managed to get taken out of the picture before, and that is that checkpoint broken with Akame there on Pinpoint, the last one alive before being taken out as well. We got soft wipe there on Pinpoint.
I mean, look, they're a little bit risky here with what they just did, Pinpoint, but they did manage to break that checkpoint and still have a sizable lead. A very sizable lead, a very small one, though, because now FreeFlow with the Inkjet and Man advantage are going to push up onto that tower, and like you said, they took away the 2 fastest weapons on the side of Pinpoint, or the most lurkiest type of weapons just now, so all they have to worry about at the moment really is to just stick their butts on that tower and then keep hoping that they can keep moving and get that lead, and they do, as now Cakes now with that tower is going to be able to freely rain their pencil shots onto the tower and everywhere else, and that's free down here, Lily. This doesn't look too good for Pinpoint.
Yeah, FreeFlow is going to be continuing to push this forward, constantly having that backline on there until they got absolutely surrounded by that damage. Now Gimme's trying to get on them, managing to almost take one, but they go down there. Does look like the crab tank's going to come out to try and support them with that push even further before being shredded here. But Blue's actually sticking up for their team, being the last, maybe the to under their tent to try and get that final save before that starts moving in the other direction.
Zuka is a reactable special, Lily. Akame just got a big arc onto the plat side of Pinpoint there, but as the restart comes in, gets no value, but still, Gimme still managed to be able to follow up with the speed of the Dapple Dualies, and might I add, Gimme is just tearing it at this point with 49er up to this tent, as they do find one and maybe a second. They shut down the crab, the most important special that they need to stall with. Pinpoint now onto the second checkpoint, has a way better looking of a state of matchups at the moment, but still, they have to reach that second checkpoint, the final checkpoint to be able to take this lead, as they don't. JJ Lee here with the Inkjet is going to be finding 2, maybe a third, maybe a fourth, and 2 find all 4 with 1 inkjet. That is huge.
Oh, that is really big for them. What an incredible defense, right? As they're getting down to a score of 23 as well. They did not want to lose their lead going to the final 30 seconds of this match. Does look like it's still going to be an incredible amount of work point if they want to get this lead back off of FreeFlow. But FreeFlow, all they have to do now is just make sure they've got their space, make sure they're at the ready, but they've lost a couple of players, 2 of the most, like, two of their best fighters even. So I'm not sure if we're necessarily going to be seeing a quick
hold on though,
win,
because they have Crab and Inkjet ready, and there is that Inkjet coming out. Renzo is going to be trying to fight that, but they can't. The Zuka's going to take them out first before anything. In retaliation, Akame Zuka's going to come out to try and take it out, but no vein. Nobody was on tower at that point. 49er and Gimme was still jumping in, so it will be FreeFlow tying this set in a 1-1 right now. We're going to move on to a game 3, Lily.
Yeah, so what we saw there at the end, which I really, I really thought was going to spell at least some kind of overtime, was when Blue got taken out first, as they were kind of pushing ahead to try and make sure that their team kind of has the space to stop like the defense from being able to push back in and get some speed off of them. That was where I think the beginning of the end of that. Anyway. And 1-1, we love to see a game. We love to see a game 3. We love to see a game 3. We love to see it on Umami Ruined Splat Zones as well.
I don't know if I like
think that something like the Umbrella Shield is going to be good.
Yeah, the Umbrella Shield is definitely going to be good, but it's going to be Umami Zone's Ruins here. I don't think V-Brella has the coverage if they use the shield, but sometimes I think, like, you know, Tent Shield, something like that's going to work really well. But as that aside, Pencil is still super strong, especially on zones, and with such a big rectangular zone here, you have no doubts that both of these teams are still going to be running those Pencils out here.
Oh yeah, I'm hoping to see some Pencil play, of course, but one thing that I'm looking forward to is some of these Julie players being able to get in very quickly, and of course you've got a nice little route down from the pit to be able to move in from, and if you manage to push up towards the other end as well, towards the other side, the other spawn area, having a play like that just skirmishing, causing that incredible pain in the neck for the defense, that's going to be definitely slowing them down and getting those big points, those big pushes for their team. So I'm kind of hoping to see some of that here.
Do you reckon 49ers Octobrush maybe? Because 49ers Octobrush can be very mobile on this map if you play it correctly. And maybe also the Brella on the other side. And that could just like start an Inkjet and probably block a lot of things. But we're going to see the blue combo from the side of Pinpoint, and it's going to be the same comp as well from FreeFlow. So how are these two teams going to be faring, and how are they going to be approaching this map mode, Lily? Because this opening is very important. You can swing one side really quick, and you can get one advantage on one side, and the other side can be technically yours if they don't do the same thing to you.
Oh yeah, absolutely. It can take a little while to be able to get that first cap, but it does look like already FreeFlow is trying to go for it, but those zones are just flipping one way and the other. No one has quite control yet, and that Pencil is constantly a threat until they can actually be able to have enough players down on the other side to be able to cap that zone. But, you know, no zone cap just yet. Blue's going to pop an Inkjet. Not an Inkjet, a Splashdown. Managed to get one, managed to get two, so those 2 players down does look like that is going to be the zone capped for FreeFlow. And not only that, but we've seen how Tank has been able to get some aggressive positioning as well. And you know what I'm saying about the Julies, I want to see them be able to move in, move forward, and move quickly to be able to really cause here.
Yeah, the damage is caused already by JJLE on the Inkjet to try and already take some space into their base, but all that aside, the dualies go down, so there's not going to be a crab ready to go. But the Nautilus of Blue may have an SD to try and retaliate at the moment. They use it to save their own lives, but how is that going to affect the rest of the team play here? Because now you don't have a special, and you're going to come back with like barely any specials. This is not going to be too good for FreeFlow if they don't have any specials to retake, as they do go free down. This is looking a little grim here, Lily, because Pinpoint has their base, unlike what FreeFlow did at the start. They don't have their base, but with the crab trying to push them out, they might just have a chance at the moment.
Yeah, well, they definitely need some follow-up, and it does look like they're trying to get some follow-up with that Inkjet. Also being able to push 49er out and getting the pick of them. 49er there was going to be an absolute danger for them if they managed to get that pick, because having a weapon just to be able to pick off any player who might be able to come in and try and retake the zone is going to cause trouble for FreeFlow. But FreeFlow slowly inching forwards here. Just need to make sure that 49er is out of the picture. But unfortunately for them, the Julies once again, Gimmy's looking for those picks here. Managed to get one on Shins.
Gimme just reached up there with the short range of the dualies. Like, they took 4 rolls to get there, but they still somehow managed to do what they're going for, the splashdown cancel as well. That was incredibly brave coming from Gimme. Oh my goodness, they really don't like the splashdown on the side of FreeFlow, don't they? Oh my goodness.
Yeah, Gimme by name, Gimme by nature. It does look like, unfortunately, for FreeFlow, they haven't been able to get the zone just yet, but perhaps with this cooler, they might be able to move back in. They're using up the specials on FreeFlow as well, so it could potentially be a way back in, but I'm not sure necessarily how much value they're being able to get off of these specials if they're constantly going to be using them on the defense here, trying to retake.
Oh, like you said, Tatsuka didn't get much value on that defensive side once again, so maybe they would like to change their approach on how they want to use the special, but it's just a pencil fighting 1, 2, and free on their backside of it. Renzel here now has the cooler to deploy and holding one side of the zone and the other, just left of Cakes on the top mid to try and save and salvage whatever there is onto the point, but it's not going to be any value because Gimme just comes in and cancels it out, as now Pinpoint has mid once again. And look at the penalty points, there's only 10 left already, but JJ Lee here with the Inkjet is going to be able to find 2, and that's a third from their teammate as well. Very powerful retake and very powerful points indeed, because they only have 30 penalty points to take down, and there's only 1 minute and 10 seconds left on the clock here. Both of these teams might start to get desperate here, Lily.
Yeah, okay, this is exactly what I want to see from the side of FreeFlow. However, they have been able to move up forwards, and they're not trying to be too aggressive. They're just trying to make sure they're keeping Pinpoint bay, making sure Case is able to at least paint that choke point so they can move back in, which allows them to get the lead as well. Pinpoint being very patient before they can move back in. But we are seeing Blue get a splashdown out, and that... Oh man, 49er. That was a good pick on 49er. That once again, keeping an eye on where 49er is with that Octobrush is always going to be crucial to be able to get these big points. And here we go. Big pushes coming in. They're looking for the knockout. FreeFlow going to...
They're being desperate. The reslider. They're going to try and hold this in one neutral zone. They find 2. 49er on the Sip finds the third. Are they going to be able to paint the zone at 1 point? They do find the zone with 1 point left on the clock here. Pinpoint managing to save it by the hair of it and the thick of it, but now it is still not over yet because they have to overtime and basically knock FreeFlow out if they want to stay in the competition, and this is a hard task here, folks. 50 points in total for them to try and knock out in a 30 seconds is hard because FreeFlow has 2 specials ready. Make that only 1 because they find 2 more picks once again, and they have the cooler deployed in a very unpositional, like, for FreeFlow. This is looking really, really rough for FreeFlow, but they do have a crab and they do have found 1 neutral. If they can hold just 1 neutral zone for the next overtimes, they will be able to get this, but it's still more picks from Pinpoint to try and slow FreeFlow down. Shins with the dualies is not going to be able to do it. 49er coming in to clean it up. This is looking more and more like a FreeFlow reverse sweep here, Lily. 10 ticks.
There's a 10 ticks left, and we are seeing the Zipcaster come out just to cause that distraction, just to make sure they can't even touch the zone. We might
There's no way.
The knockout, which we do. There's the lead. All the way to 0. Oh my goodness. Everything just kind of worked out in the end for Pinpoint. That was Pinpoint's win, right? Yeah, that was Pinpoint's.
Holy
I didn't see that one coming, but my goodness me. When I saw the Inkjet come out, I realized this is just going to be slowing FreeFlow down even further. Those 3 plates haven't gone down, and FreeFlow on that, like, trying to respawn in from that. Ooh. Especially, I'm just kind of flabbergasted. Yeah.
You don't want to be fumbling the bag like that if you're FreeFlow at the end. 50 points to work with, and basically just... This is my honest reaction right now. Just like...
Oh dear.
Oh dear, indeed.
I love it.
But, gosh, that was such a, like, close 1 point curse that just... You wouldn't want it on the game free. You really don't want it. It's a bad taste in the mouth.
Yeah, absolutely. That is, and also considering this is a single elimination bracket as well, the stakes are very high here going further and further towards the end of single 6. I gotta say, one of the things that I really enjoy is seeing how that Inkjet has been able to kind of follow up, especially follow up and pushes, support pushes, especially being able to get like really aggressive positions from towards the left side in that map in particular, where it just makes it so that much more difficult to be able to move in if you're on the defending side, move in from spawn through the right and get up onto the right position as well. Really kind of forces your team to kind of think about moving down pit. But once again, you're going to low ground there, and if you've got players keeping around that as well, that can really stall your retake kind of. That's what I'm trying to say anyway.
Yeah, it definitely is. But that's going to be it for, who was it? It's going to be it for FreeFlow in a close decisive game. Pinpoint with the 13 seed is going to be moving up into the semi-finals, but we're not going to be casting them because their next set is going to be HARSHI Loves Stands, and we're still waiting on the other set to finish up. So get your catnip ready, get yourself some water. We're going to be sitting around a little bit before we get to the next set. So see you in a little bit, okay, meow?
And welcome back, everyone, to Inkling Perform Meow Lab Swim or Swing number 146. Yeah. What the heck is going on with Lila's camera? I think the inner cat in Lila kind of took over there, but we're going to be taking you through. we're going to be taking you through to the semi-finals now.
No more unpleasantries. Sorry, there's a little treat on my camera there. I was trying to reach it, but I don't think it's there anymore. But it is going to be fun comps only versus HARSHI. I still don't know how to say that name. Love stands here. It is going to be a best of 5 between both of these teams, and they do have more than 4 players on each of these teams, so it might take a little bit longer for them to settle on which players they want to play each games, because subbing is allowed in between sets and they can take their time with it, as long as it's not over 5 minutes.
Absolutely. The stage, however, that we'll be seeing, and this is a best of 5, so it's 3 to win. We're going to be starting off with Clamblitz on Barnacle and Dime, which, I feel like I haven't seen this one in a while. Barnacle Clams.
Hey! Barnacle and Dime. I mean, Barnacle.
Barnacle and Dime Clams. This is a little bit of a hallway map, but if you manage to force your way through and get into those key positions, especially up on the top left-hand side, if you're attacking, you can get some really big plays in here. What's to consider is Clam Blitz. One thing I'm still yet to see in any tournament match, and I've been looking around some various tournaments. I'm still yet to see people even consider Kraken anymore. So we might see things kind of change up a little bit. I've seen a few more
Kraken
bubbles, a few more ink strikes as well to try and open up and provide some space in to get those pushes going. But what are your thoughts going into the Clam Blitz?
I mean, let's be honest here, there's still going to be pencils, and I don't know if 96 gal or anything is going to be particularly of interest. If you're unless you're a 96 one trick. So I would say that both of these teams are still going to be running the very common comps, but given that the team title for one of them is called Fun Comps Only, I hope we don't see a pencil. Slight bias. Slight bias. Very slight bias.
Some people really do find pencil fun though. But I think you have to be a little bit crazy.
They need to be checked out. I'm going to be honest. If you like playing pencil, you might want to get that checked out. But opinions aside, yeah, pencil is pretty strong on this map. You have great coverage. You have pretty decent middle plats to stuff and look at. But if there's another weapon I would love to see here, probably a range blaster.
Range blaster, I think, is going to be fantastic, especially if you do have pencil, you can basically combo that extremely well as well. And considering how you have to kind of move in to retake either from the right side where you have all that high ground, it takes a while for you to kind of get back into the middle of the map, where it gives you time to kind of recharge your as well. But if you have a range blaster constantly poking up onto those over those ledges as you try and move back in, that can definitely cause a very useful count for your team if you got your range blaster being kind of a little bit more aggro, providing that chip damage, slowing down any defense as well.
I really don't like it though when this map's zones has that little extra ledge that you can have, but Clam Blitz doesn't. I would really wish that it has the same thing to implement it, but regardless, that's not going to be the reality that we see in the current Barnacle Dime Clams here. But what is something you look forward to seeing? What a specific weapon? I know you said Kraken, but give a specific weapon you would like to see, Lily.
Well, I'm kind of not super duper looking forward to Kraken. I do know that looking at Dat Kid's weapon pool at the moment, I'm seeing a V-shot, which is what I tend to normally see from that kid, but also an ink brush and so if we don't see a V-shot, we might see something a little bit different from them, but it just kind of depends.
Oh, it is fun comps only.
It is fun comps. It is
Look
fun
at the
comps.
fun
This is something I was definitely looking forward to we have a double bucket, one of them being the V-Slush, and that Menace, I'm assuming is that kid, playing the very fun weapon Explo, which I think is going to be fun in terms of, you mentioned Range Blaster. Well, this is your other AoE weapon, which kind of can do similar things in terms of chip damage. We're already seeing that kid here just trying to make sure they have all the space for their team to kind of move forward, keeping HARSHI Love Stands at bay, getting a pick on Rice Ball, and also with the help of the
Oh my goodness.
Oh my goodness. Not with the help of that Zuka, which is going to be really like pushing back. Does look like that's going to be the first push of the game already. Tracks coming out just to allow them to have extra space to push all the way down to 44. Fun comps only. Can they move back in with those strikes, however, because they're still scoring on HARSHI Love Stand.
I mean, look, they already got down to 35 with 2P players left on the clock now. HARSHI Love Stands is probably going to have to wait it out, but given how Fun Comp's only's comp works right now at the moment, they have bombs, they have the AoE, they have the paint. There's just something I think that they don't have is probably pacing. They move a little bit slower than how HARSHI Love Stand would, but given how much coverage that they can do with many of their weapon specialties, I don't think that's an issue. But seeing as now Fun Comp's only is going to get pushed back by the 2 picks, making a third probably from Rice Ball, they're going to have to figure something out soon. Zipcaster trying to find something more, but they're not going to be able to. Zipcaster's going to run out before they're going to be able to find something, but the Zuka is going to enable something. This they do find 2 back on Fun Comp's only once again. This is looking a little bit rough for them as they do have to jump out with that power clamp. This is going to be a big push for HARSHI Love Stands here.
Ooh, it is. I'm going to say, you mentioned the Zuka. That's the second time Zuka's basically just no-you'd the other team for them. Already HARSHI getting their strikes up, but followed up by another from Fun Comp's only. Going to be a struggle to get this next power clam in, considering the amount of damage just being thrown at them by that bucket from Fun Comp's only. They didn't manage to get it in, however, but I don't think they're really going to be able to get anything off the back of that aside from just chewing down on those
my
points.
Goodness!
Here comes the Zuka getting one on Lexi. That's just the explode down now. This looks like a much clearer opportunity for them to start scoring again, but they may just have to wait out these bombs before they...
Yeah, you definitely want to wait out those bombs, but they do find 2 more balls into that basket. Power claims worth 20 points here, so now they're already down to a 17 remaining. That's 80 free points on the board here, and that's going to be a hard thing to catch because each clam is almost only just 3 points, and then the power clam is 20. You're going to have like at least 4 power clams and a couple more clams in to be able to get the lead, but they just keep the pressure up here. HARSHI Love Stands, and without even finishing my sentence, they already dunked the second clam in, and that's going to be those 40 points that they need to KO.
I'm gonna have to look at like the official stream for a second on my other screen because I did not even see that second clam go in, but looking at it back, because there is a slight delay between the official stream and what we're seeing as we stream this over to you. But my goodness, they had that second clam at the ready just to throw in pretty much simultaneously, just to make sure that they could get that knockout as soon as they could. You know, Fun Comps only definitely have something they have something fun cooking. I'm gonna say that, but they're up against pretty much the meta comp in Splatoon at the moment, which is pencil, V-Slosher, shot, and some kind of like free choice weapon. And of course, like Stamper is going to be a really, really useful midline just to be able to combo off of everything else. You know, it can just combo fantastically well off like the bucket as well, you know, and help shot with the front lining.
If Fun Comps only has made it this far with what they've been running for like these type of comps, I'm very surprised because right now they're guaranteed to be a 3rd place match already. It's going to be Splat Zone's Mako. They might do that again, but it's basically saying like no fun. No, if you want to win, there's no fun in the meta at the moment, which is rough. But like I said, maybe switch out some choices. Maybe switch out for the Stamper. Maybe switch out for something else. But is that really fun for you, Lily? Is that really fun for them? We don't know. The fun is very subjective here.
I don't think I want to see. I don't think I want to see that kid switching up on anything in this next.
No, me neither.
Considering not only do we have these ledges, which is going to be fantastic for any AoE weapon, but also its zones, and you have Ink Storm as a special on Explode. So of course that's going to be just like really useful in terms of being able to hold the zone, keep space, and push up ahead. Inkstorm as well. It's a nice little buff for any non-shooter weapon. But actually, we're not seeing the exploit. We're seeing something a little bit different. Perhaps not as fun. But
there's no more fun comps anymore. There's a Nautilus. There's a Wiper. There's a pencil. And there's a shot from the kid.
Wiper's pretty fun.
Well, I'm playing against it, so no.
Okay, fair enough. We are seeing this zone go back and forth in terms of control, however. But that bucket is going to be going down on fun comps only. So I want to see how much Lexi can get value here, just trying to hold them back. But I'm not sure if they're able to hold them back for too much longer, as that Zuka's going to be coming in. However, Zuka the face in return there. Splato fan trying to find a way back in, but is going to be found by Spack as they were causing a distraction here. They're just going to be making sure that they can continue pushing forward. Those strikes being a nice little cover for them.
Whoa! That Slosher just had like the weirdest hit there. I don't know how, but they were managing to hit over the ledge before they even got it. That's how Slosher works, yes. But it just looked really weird. Oh, look, sprinkler on top. Oh, the floating sprinkler. We must stare at it.
I love the floating sprinkler.
It does so much. It's the fifth person painting the zone. But speaking of painting the zone, Funcom's only should paint the zone soon, as they do neutralize it. But it's gonna be back to HARSHI Love's stance. At the moment, they're doing this with a very, very strong push at the moment. Wait, I think is it mixed? No, it's not. No, yeah, it's not. I think, but. It's going to be HARSHI Love stance here, taking the KO immediately. There's going to be no contest here from Fun Comps only.
Yeah, they managed to have that floating sprinkler just as the extra bit of support over that zone, and I'm kind of like, you know, cats and laser pointers, right? I feel like that's us with the sprinkler here. But I'm not gonna say that the floating sprinkler was the winning button, but maybe it helped.
Maybe. Look. Floating sprinkler is always a W because it's acting you as the extra person painting on zone. It's probably like trying to just extra man on the zone. There's always no harm of having an extra person painting the zone constantly, because you get to hold it, you get to get some extra points in your special, and then you also just get to be the guardian shield, as people like to say. I think, I don't know, but
you know what weapon has that as a sub? Pencil does. Pencil has sprinkler. Pencil has sprinkler. Maybe they're gonna stick to pencil for the next one. We are going
Lily, you can't say that.
Maria.
No, Lily, you can't say that.
We are going to Rainmaker Manta Maria, so Cool is going to be very useful in terms of being able to push very quickly, but I'm not necessarily sure with the amount of like interesting terrain, tight corners, and not a lot of sightlines necessarily for a backline. I'm not necessarily so sure how much you can really get a huge amount of value unless you're able to get up on top of that wall over the other team's bunker as well. That's where things can really turn from
they're quick into this already, Lily, though.
Each to a very quick KO, and I'm hoping to see not a very quick KO, because it can be very can be very slow to retake here. In particular, we are seeing one pencil. We're not seeing another pencil. Whose Jelly is going to be playing the heavy edit sparkling on the side of HARSHI Loves. Funcom's only switched over to the meta. What do you think of that?
I mean, look, both of these teams are just running the very, I think, standardized comps at the moment in this meta, but Who's Jelly with the heavy edit just probably makes more sense because Manta Maria doesn't have a lot of straight lines and like big paint that you could do, whereas heavy edit has a bit more flexibility with the charge, but it's not going to be the case at the moment because Fun Comps only is going to be taking that Rainmaker, moving up first, and still waiting for that Nautilus to run out of charge, but they're not going to be to. You can always have more charge with Nautilus, as now HARSHI Love stands is going to try and retake this one by one, but their cooler weapon has gone down again, so they're going to have to wait a little bit longer before they can get that soda up and going again. But Funcom's only has this lead to work with, and all they have to do if they really wanted to is to just don't let them get checked, but that's a really impossible task, asking if you're like the shot who's trying to be opportunistic on the right here.
Oh yeah, okay, so that was an opportunistic, play, but they did manage to at least paint that wall. So if Who's Jelly takes it up there without being taken up by that Ultra Stamp, they could have potentially got that checkpoint if they just had their team ready to take out that flank and to get the pencil out of the way as well. It did require a few things going all right for them, but we see a couple of picks here from the pencil. They're trying to move it forward to this checkpoint, managing to finally get it at last. So this checkpoint for them, if they manage to keep up the momentum here, they can just quickly run this forward and get huge points if they want to.
Oh, they did get huge points. 36 is pretty huge because they're going to keep running this. They're going to keep painting down as the hammer goes down and tries to find the Zuka as well. But the little corner just manages to save the Zuka. The tiniest corner in the little gap you wouldn't think the hammer would have fit through. It didn't. And it saved the Zuka on the side of HARSHI Love Stands there. But this is going to be a really rough retake as they have to push for a 20-free. That Zuka from behind is going to get comboed with Lexi's one pencil shot. That's a direct combo of 100 there if you're not careful enough, because now they're gonna have to pick up the Rainmaker once again to try and push it even further out. As they try, they're gonna be stopped by Splat Zero Fan, but it's going to be a little bit of a desperate attempt here by Who's Jelly. Are they gonna make the jump? They do. They barely make the jump, but they don't even take the checkpoint at the end there. A little bit unfortunate.
I thought they were gonna fall down. The momentum they had making that jump was like that's not fast enough. You need to go faster than me. But they did just by like a pixel. Already we're seeing meta comps only getting a pick on Spec here. They have a lot of space in mid. Another pick on Rice Ball as well. Meta comps only is going to be popping this Rainmaker and running it forwards. They have a good amount of space. They've got a good amount of paint, and they have a really good. Okay. Unfortunately for them, they don't have a good amount of space forwards just to be able to make it that jump successfully.
I mean, is there greater shame than to fall off on stream? I don't know. But we're going to follow Who's Jelly here to try and pick up the Rainmaker and go further with those points. All of their teammates are down, and Splat, it is just them left, and they do go down. That's another wipeout on the side of HARSHI Love Stands. Fun comes only seems to be taking out all the fun for themselves at the moment, because they still haven't broken checkpoint here, HARSHI Love Stands, and they still have a minute and 20 seconds to work with. But they have to make this work because, like Rainmaker, they can just stall it like here in this corner. Splat Zero's fan has a really safe corner here to try and just hold the back off anything that's going to be thrown at them, because HARSHI Love Stands has to be the one approach them and has to be the one taking them down if they want this opportunity, as they find themselves an opportunity with those strikes, getting the shot in and gets the Rainmaker down. But that also leaves the Rainmaker in a very disadvantageous space for them to take over.
Yeah, it does look like already HARSHI Love Stands is going to be setting up something here. The thing is, they've lost a couple of plays in the process. Hopefully they can get some jumps in to be able to make this play work for themselves. Trying to keep them at bay with the Zuka, and also manage to get a pick on Dak Kid as well. It does look like they have found an opportunity at least to get that first checkpoint.
Oh my goodness.
But they have 30 seconds to be able to push this forward. The thing is, this is Rainmaker Manta Maria. They could potentially, if they have the opening to, run this forward and get a lead.
Oh, they're going to try and run forward, and for that lead at the moment, Rice Ball is going to go down to a 31 points, and free down. It's just HARSHI Love Stands, and 20 seconds left on the clock. That's a wipeout for them. This is not going to be good for them, folks, because 20 seconds, if they want overtime HARSHI Love Stands, they have to kill the Rainmaker in the last 15 seconds of the match, which it is now. So the next 10 seconds are going to be crucial. Let's see what they're going to be trying to do. Rice Ball with that knowledge charge. Are they going to be able to dive down and try it? But the Zuka is going to come out. The first Zuka shot, it hits the Zuka, but not the Rainmaker. It only hits for 50. They're not going to be able to take it down, and that's going to be Fun Comps only taking a game on this best of 5.
This is the first game that they have been able to take as well of HARSHI Love Stands, who, mind you, HARSHI Love Stands has been playing much more of a meta-oriented weapon comp for the most part, until Fun Comps only kind of switched things up a little bit here. However, they did win with the pencil, which, even though you were saying that, like, the Heavy Edit is probably a really good choice here in terms of the fact that you have the greater flexibility. You don't have as many clear sightlines that a pencil can use, but when you do have pencil in like those really advantageous positions, of which there are some, but they're still kind of few and far between. Like, especially when we saw the pencil up on the other team's bunker, especially if you can get up into that wall and push the Rainmaker further to get those big points. You can get a good amount of support there. And also just the fact that, like, pencil, you can get callers quicker than you can, I think, with Heavy Edit anyway.
But it ultimately
Things can
depends on the
snowball
team's
fast.
preference, right? It definitely depends on the team's preference. It's not like everyone can play Heavy Edit. It's not like everyone can play Pencil, maybe. I don't know. Pencil's pretty simple. But we're gonna be seeing how they're gonna manage into this next game, though, because if I remember correctly, it is back onto tower control that we're gonna be going into, and it's going to be Tower Control Ship-Shaped Cargo Co. We haven't seen it yet before, but definitely these teams have played it a couple times, and we've seen it on stream once as well. This map is notorious for the very heavy stagger that you can get after the first checkpoint if you play this right, because no comp change for the side of Fun Comps here, and it's going to be back on the pencil for Who's Jelly here. So it is looking like a very even match. It's going to be a free mirror, actually. Shot, Bucket, and Pencil. So the only wild card here for both of these teams is their Wiper and their Nautilus. Both of these teams are very much their key player here if they want to be able to make this comp work.
Yeah, okay, so the Nautilus is a great choice in terms of just being able to have the extra slaying power that Wiper doesn't have, but of course Wiper can kind of poke, can kind of, with their sub-weapon as well, to be able to give some extra info to get some chip damage. It does look like, however, players down on either side, they're really trying to find an opportunity to be able to push ahead, but everything's looking pretty even right up until that Pencil is the only one alive left on Fun Comps only. So this is going to allow them to at least be able to get that first checkpoint if they play patiently enough, but with the help of Rice Ball there, they might be keeping the frontline pressure on them. They might be able to start moving this forward. I'm not sure about if these strikes, though, whether they can actually get it through. With the
This flank! This Rice Ball flank! Oh my goodness, they're able to find two on that flank. Sorry to cut off you there, but that was unexpected from Rice Ball, being able to sneak up all the way behind them and get 2 kills. But here comes that splash, and they're trying to keep themselves alive as they do. Rice Ball is actually able to get out of there unscathed, and they're playing even sneakier now, but Hornet and Splat Zero is going to be trying to find that through, and they do. But this Pencil from Who's Jelly has to be broken. The checkpoint, but that's not looking very likely here because they have to reset. They got 2 players down on the side of Fun Comps only. They actually might be able to brute force this if they're being careful enough.
Yeah, they do have to be very careful because those strikes constantly like causing absolute mayhem. Not just for them, because you know that kind of puts you at a little bit of a precarious situation where you can't use your main weapon at all. However, with the front line positioning we're seeing from the shot and from the Wiper here, we are going to be seeing a pretty safe pathway forwards for Who's Jelly into the other team's court. Those strikes, once again, kind of just going to be pushing them off, but only momentarily, as their team is a little bit unfazed by all of it.
A little bit there. They threw their strikes like a half a second too late on Specs. Instead, they just threw a bomb. But I wanted to point out how fast Specs got their strikes out again. They do push up to a 27 because they only threw 2 strikes. It doesn't register as finishing your special, so it doesn't take down to a 0. When they had Cooler, there's still 80% left. So they spawned back in with 80% strikes, and that's how fast they could get another set of strikes going just now. But that's not the point, because Funcom's only is going to be able to start this momentum and push through. Once again, it is their time to shine and see how fast they can go through, as Lexi on this tower with the strikes is going to be able to hold the left side here. But the retaliation strikes to stall out the tower, getting caught out here, Lexi, and it's gonna be able to find 2 picks on a set of HARSHI Fluff stands here to retaliate. Hornets, the last one up with that kit here to try and hold the tower, to hold through this checkpoint. They're trying really hard as the strikes comes out once again to try and take this checkpoint, but no one's on the tower at the moment as Specs comes up with that hinting striking kill. It's gonna be really rough for Funcom to take this tower.
Yeah, they kind of burnt through all their specials there. That's kind of all their resources done, as HARSHI Love Stands has already been able to kind of retake their court. Looking for any isolated stragglers here just to try and get picks of them or force them to jump out. Does look like they're just slowly going to be able to regain control of the game here and just make sure in these last 90 seconds they can have their advantage pretty much in their favor for all of it. But, you know, this is 80 seconds of Splatoon. A lot can happen in that time. time scale. HARSHI Love Stands is already trying to get their strikes out, followed up by Funcom's Only trying to get the strikes out. It's like they're both trying to fight for mid at the get the tower roll the way, but as we go into this neutral game here, we're going to see probably some kind of advantage for Funcom's Only just from this tactical to be able to kind of move up ahead. But as I say that, they're kind of losing players here on the side of HARSHI Love Stands as well, so things might start rolling even quicker.
They're getting really ambitious, Funcom's Only, but the ambition has paid off because they're now able to push up with this and finding two people are stuck on the bottom left here. It's just Riceball with the Nautilus to try and hold this through. They find one, their teammate finds the second. They're going to be able to find Splat Zero. They're going to be able to find a tower as well. That's going to be a wipeout for Funcom's Only. This is not looking too good because if you're Funcom's Only, you want to be able to take this game and bring it to a game 5 to have a chance to stay on the top 2. Because if you're not, you're going to knock down the third place match at the moment. But for HARSHI Love Stands, they only really need to just stall this out if they really want to win, and they do have those GG strikes ready. I concede that Sparks just went down. They don't have strikes, but they do actually, because they came back fast with Cooler. Another mistake there, but they do get on the tower, but the strikes do come in, and it's going to be 2 down for both of these teams as Splat Zero Van does get on the tower, but HARSHI Love Stands has to get another chance to stop this tower.
Yeah, and I feel like another chance is coming for them because they did manage to just kind of take that in overtime as it ran all the way out. I'm pretty sure it was a case of them running out, or unless they did manage to get someone on the tower.
I think their plan was to try and get someone on the tower with the jump and they hammer off, but they timed it just a little bit too off, and hammer being a working special and all just didn't hit the person below the tower when they swinged it, so they were just able to get on the tower for free. It's very unfortunate, but it's going to be HARSHI Love Stands moving up into grand finals, and Funcom's Only, you're going to be sitting in for the third place match.
Ooh, things are looking good for Funcom's Only then, but you know they did kind of switch up to Metacom's Only for some of that. I still love to see some weapons like Explo come in, so hopefully they have some interesting strategies for themselves in their third place match, of course. But you know, one thing that I found very interesting in that match as well is the aggressive Nautilus positioning, which we saw early on in the game be able to get some like almost skirmishing, pretty much. Like they're kind of rotating into the skirmisher. Is
it even skirmishing?
Skirmisher
they were
role.
just lasering from behind. They were lasering every enemy behind.
Absolutely being a pain in the neck for the other team. But you know, being that kind of distraction allows for them to be able to create those openings themselves to help push forwards in any case. We did see them at the very end be taken out because, you know, once you start getting those aggressive plays, it's high risk, high reward. Especially in a map like TC Ship Shape where you have, you know, usually I tend to see a lot more Zookas. In that game, I saw a lot of strikes. You mentioned how the strikes kind of work when you're respawning with charge as well, just to get even more and more out. I kind of want to see the end screen to see how.
Yeah, but
but
we're gonna not have enough time because the other set is already done. Porter being the first seed knocked Pinpoint down into the third place match, and we're gonna be seeing HARSHI Love Stands versus Porter betting in the next match. Really quick here. I don't think we're gonna take a break. We're just gonna stick around maybe to see these two teams already getting ready and going, because oh my goodness, there really is not a lot of time left between these two teams to finally duke it out. It is Porter being on the first seed versus HARSHI Love Stands on the third seed here.
Alright, okay, so we have seen what HARSHI Love Stands likes to play, and of course they do have that Nautilus, which is going to be just fantastic. Have fantastic slaying power, of course, as they're kind of like the midline slayer for their team. On the side of Porter betting, I just want to take a look. The great thing about having Sendo is that you can kind of see what weapon pools people like to play. We have Emmett, who is a shooter player, Dark, possibly Machine, possibly Pencil, possibly Squeezer, which I think is a very good 3 weapons to be able to move to. That's like a huge amount of value you can create for your team. Also, a Nautilus player could potentially be very interesting if we get like a Nautilus v Nautilus match between these teams.
Yeah.
And Luke as well, Shot and Machine Neo, which of course on Rainmaker and Grappler Capital, those Zukas that they have on Porter betting side are going to be extremely useful.
I've never really thought about it, but what's the appeal now to people playing Golden Nautilus? Everyone kind of cried when they saw Suction Bomb and Splashdown come out, but there definitely is a lot of people who have been playing it over the Silver Nautilus at the moment, and I'm genuinely surprised because nobody thought it was a good kit in any sense, but I think it's been proven wrong many times. And it's still like very much viable on the board at the moment because you got good distance, you got good paint, you got good kill time, you got a good bomb, maybe a self-sufficient special, maybe, but it's definitely like a high potential weapon. But there's just such a big potential gap that sometimes is not risky to play. But you've got people who are dedicated to the weapon, you've got people dedicated to the cost.
Yeah, I think it might also be down to the fact that the vanilla kit has much more of a supportive something special than the gold Nautilus has, which is definitely allowing you to get into those more aggressive positions like we saw in the previous out control. As you said before, you've got a good bomb, and that bomb key areas to be able to allow the team to kind of just either move in, provide some kind of smoke screen to move in when it explodes, hold areas to stop the other team from moving in as well, and also because you are a Slayer weapon, if you manage to use that to get to kind of like just win a fight by displacing whoever you're fighting against to get into your little zone of control there, just to be able to get them out pretty quickly. Of course, that's going to be extremely useful. The thing that's interesting to me is Splash, because I have never really been one to take Splashdown seriously until they kind of change things up with the triple Splashdown here, because of course if you go down, if you get picked off while you're in the middle of the air with your Splashdown animation, which of course is going to be happening a lot, especially if you're playing very aggressively and within the range of the other team, you still have potential to at least go down with the trade with the other two splashdowns that come with you. The other thing about those other two splashdowns is that they can work over ledges as well, because they're not exactly positioned where you are. And those when you're splashdowning over ledges, that's of course just going to be something that you are going to get a little bit more value out of. Just in terms of like the way these maps are designed, especially when you're trying to push up aggressively.
I mean, you're definitely right, because Splashdown as a special as well has a very high potential, like you said, with the ledge thing, with the takedowns, including the people who killed you after Splashdown cancel. But it really depends, right? There's like I said, that big potential gap that it has. But enough of that, we can talk about like some other stuff, because more specifically, like, why do you think people would still like choose some mid-lining up on the side of things at the moment? Because we've seen a lot of sloshers, we've seen a lot of wipers, we've seen a lot of stampers, right? But never really close range matchups. But we're gonna get that answered real quick, because they're already going in. Here is your finalists for both of these teams to be facing each other, and we see a Dynamo. We see a Silver Dynamo in finals. Oh my goodness. Okay.
All right. This is a very interesting comp. Wild Mike playing the wild card over Silver Dynamo. That's going to be a cooler weapon. We're also seeing, actually, a weapon I haven't seen in a long time, but it is the Wiper Deco, which of course is going to be providing some pretty good value if you want to be moving up with missiles as well. That can be a good way to get some winning fights aggressively as well, if you want to make those pushes work for you. Ooh. But you know, already getting a pick on the shot here, it does look like they've got a good amount of space to at least try and go for that checkpoint, but they know they're going for that checkpoint. They're throwing the ink down with a slosher.
Oh my
and now
God.
They're just trying to play patiently before they find an opening for themselves again. Looks like they're trying to dissuade them over to the other checkpoint, but those strikes are just going to be pushing them back. It looks like they were ready and waiting at the defense any way they were going to be pushing that Rainmaker.
In any way, shape, or form, they're still going to be able to hold on to the 75 points, though, because the quick lead that you can swap here is very quick. The great side of things might look slow, but that's still a lot of points to consider. And the other side, where you have to jump across, that's also just quick points. But Who's Jelly is going to be taking that Rainmaker and checkpoint very smoothly with the positioning of that Rainmaker just now. And with the pop here in their favor, they're going to just have to watch out for that Zuka, as they do find 1 and 2, maybe a third. They do find 2 and stops the Rainmaker at 40 points here. HARSHI Love Stand still has a very strong lead. But
this is where you're just going to be chipping away those points, getting as many points lead as you possibly can, just to give yourself the extra bit of just a little bit of extra insurance, basically, to make it more difficult for Porter Betting to get a lead on your 37, because of course that's over the greats as well. If Porter Betting decides to take that same route, it's going to take a few attempts and a few deaths before you can really get through there safely. Seeing as though Porter Betting has that wipeout, which is going to just make things a lot easier for them if they have the checkpoint, however. And that checkpoint is going to be a bit of extra time that HARSHI Love Stance is going to be taking in order just to get into position to defend this next push.
Oh, definitely, but they don't really have a choice to defend here, but they have to stop this Rainmaker down to a 9-point remaining. That is huge if you're Porter Betting, because this is such a nice score to contrast the 37 remaining for HARSHI Love Stance. This is not looking too good for them, as Porter being with that wipeout just now is just able to capitalize off it so much better than HARSHI Love Stance did. And now with 3 players down, Porter Betting might be the one getting wiped out here, as HARSHI Love Stance has to make a very big comeback with 2 minutes left on the board here. There is a lot of time to be used here, and there's a lot of time to try and push further.
Yeah, I feel like I kind of want to eat my words there regarding that push to 37, which I was saying, hey, that's a really good push there. If Porter Betting takes it down that great route as well. You know, they had that wipeout. That was the big difference there. They had that wipeout going for them, which allowed them to make that push work for them extremely well. But however, with the help of these strikes, HARSHI Love Stands might to make a return push here. Just need to be able to keep them at bay, and getting all the way down to 12, that is very close. And with only the Dynamo left alive, if they manage to
6-5-2-1,
can get a score all the way down to 1. This is looking much better for HARSHI Love Stands.
I don't know what happened there, Porter Betting, but they're not able to hold just now onto the rest of that checkpoint. But this is basically asking Porter Betting to step it up a notch one more time. You've done us 1 up, but we're going to do you even 1 higher, and we're going to get down to 1 point remaining. The pencil getting a little frisky there to try and push it up, but this is just Porter Betting's last chance, probably in a long chance that they have to try and push down, because a minute remaining on the clock. This means that if they do take down a Rainmaker here, HARSHI Love Stance, they can just stall it out indefinitely, and there goes that Rainmaker going down.
Yeah, okay, they have a lot of work to do in these last 45 seconds. They're trying to win these fights here, but unfortunately it does look like HARSHI Love Stance is just going to be collapsing down on them at the moment. We can see Speck and this Julie trying to get someone, but if they're not careful enough, they're just going to be taken out once again.
Oh, they drop the Rainmaker down in that corner. That might not look too good, because that corner is very easily bombable and is very easily missable with that Stamper as well. And they're 2 down on the side of Porter Betting. They don't have a lot of time to work with, as they do find 1 when they're jumping in here, Wild Mike. But you're going to have to do more than that, because with 10 seconds now left on the clock, they're opting to not get that cooler. They're opting to try and pick up this Rainmaker and play the long game. 10 seconds left on the clock, but there's more time to be had on this Rainmaker, and it's going to be overtime initiated for Porter Betting to try and KO this 1 more time for the first game in this best of 5. Here it goes.
Okay, they got the shutout. They got the shutout. That's good. Those strikes are going to be coming up, but that might not just be enough for them, because they have lost their resources here. Porter Betting will probably have an opening here if they can.
No.
Right, but it looks like they just didn't have enough players down on the side of HARSHI Love Stance to be able to move that forward, because they had to get a knockout. Porter Betting being nearly able to get that. I mean, their push to 9 was fantastic. They had a wipeout going towards that score of 9, but the thing is, HARSHI Love Stands, when they did manage to get that lead, when they did manage to actually stop Porter Betting towards the end as well, Porter Betting didn't have that, like, the extra safety net of wipeout to be able to move in with that time around.
Yeah. I mean, look, both of these teams just keep one-upping each other as much as they want to. They're like, oh, 37, I can do a 9. Oh, 9, I can do a 1. 1, I'll try and do a 0. Oh, wait, no, I can't. It's just a hair touch there, almost there.
They almost had it. You know, they knew they had to get rid of that shot. That shot had Zuka ready. Those strikes came out probably a little bit on the early side to be able to really do anything about the Rainmaker. The Rainmaker just patiently waited it out. I think it just came down to the fact that, you know, once you have all of your team there, you don't necessarily have the greatest advantage in terms of like when you respawn. You've got that extra bit of armor. You've got more players potentially coming in at a high ground advantage to kind of mess up your attackers there. But you know, I think it was just a little bit unfortunate that the Rainmaker kind of moved forward into the Wiper there at the very end. They could get the knockout, and that knockout was going to be very. Was it?
It was a Stamper.
The knockout was going to be very difficult. Very
because
difficult.
The 70-30 combo hit by the Stamper just now was very crucial. Like, it was only them, and they could only stop it at the point. And maybe the shot could help with like a couple chip shot as well, but it really depended on just that Stamper there to try and kill them as much as they can, as fast as they can. But that being said, though, we are going into Museum Clam Blitz, and another thing that I would like to be able to see is probably a Charger here. That's not going to be a Pencil, because I'm going to be so honest, like, as powerful as Pencil here on this map, any other Charger that can one-shot you in mid is also very powerful on this map.
You want a V-scope, don't you? You want to see the V-scope. You want to see them...
Okay, maybe I'm a little bit biased, alright? Maybe. But any other Charger works too.
E-Leader can work too. I think. I strongly believe.
Yeah, that's true. I actually think that, you know, anything that allows you to have some kind of special that... Oh, you mentioned being able to just, like, one shot the other team, especially if you're taking mid spinner, especially if you're taking like the spinner on the other side of the team as well. That can be really useful. But we are going to be seeing these weapon comps right now.
Let's see. It's still going to be Dynamo, but it's going to be Machine Neo. Double Stamper? What universe are we living in?
Wow, okay, that's pretty interesting. We're seeing Double Stamper and T-Tech and the blue pencil inside of HARSHI Loves Dance here. Porter Betting, I think having the Machine Neo is going to be really good at just playing under those ledges as well and playing around those spinners as well. But it does look like HARSHI Loves Dance already, with the help of that pencil, of course, is going to be painting up mid and looking to get a little bit of control for themselves just to be able to have an advantage in terms of clams. But they've kind of lost that factor a little bit. Wait, what happened there?
That was Azuka being cancelled by a pencil. Frame 1 there, but it is going to be Potter Betting with the upper advantage, fighting 2 and finding 3 on the side of HARSHI Love Stance, fighting a 4th one. That's a quad, and that's going to be a delayed wipe on the side of HARSHI Love Stance, and 68 clams on the board here for Potter Betting. They're going to try and extend this even further, but the trades are going in favor for HARSHI Love Stance at the moment, so they're going to have to reset this and wait out just a little bit. Lucas getting frisky, though. They're still trying to contest this plat with this Wiper here to try and walk up into it, but it is looking very grim for them as they dove free down without the soda there.
That poor crab.
2 for 1 deal. 2 for 1 deal.
Crab.
Oh.
Okay, that was nice. That was nice.
They did get it. Oh my god.
That was... Okay, almost there. It does look like we're going back into a fairly neutral state here, but HARSHI Love Stance is still trying to keep up the control of mid here with those strikes coming out. Who's Jelly just trying to just paint at the moment, really, and see what picks they could potentially find and help out with to combo off with the rest of the team. But already we are seeing HARSHI Love Stance move up over to that spinner. If they're not careful, they might be taken out from either side, with Porter Betting just surrounding themselves there. Surrounding them there on the defense. It does look like, however, those strikes are going to be coming just to push them out a little bit further. But was that Azuka being able to take them out?
Oh, not really. They're going to struggle to as they find 2 more picks onto HARSHI Love Stance. But Potter Betting being the very wildish comps at the moment, and the wild Dynamo is going to be able to score even further, down to a 35 lead remaining. For Potter Betting, HARSHI Love Stance has even more work to do now to be able to get that lead. The Dynamo, Wild Mike, is going to be able to find the ball at the last second, at the hair of it as well. They opt to jump out and play it safe because they do have mid with this big special, and they're not going to have mid at this time, but there's still half a match left to go HARSHI Love Stands could turn this around at the moment, and they're looking like they really want to because the sodas and the other specials are ready to go, but they got missiled out immediately. That means they have to just wait it out again. It's amazing how just one special could just reset everything, but another special does come in to try and get a first ball, the second ball, 6 more clamps to come in. Maybe they could tank this in. No, they do go down here, Lily.
Yeah, they do go down, but all of their team are kind of staying up and alive. Crucially, the players with the clams as well. We're hopefully going to see a crab tank be able to set up here on top of the spinner just to allow for the push to continue at some point. But they are actually going to be holding on to that just in case, just to make sure that when they do actually come back in to get an even bigger lead, they can do so with ease. And here they come, getting ready to have their next lead.
Crab
they
tank's
have the crab
perfect.
tank up on the spinner, exactly where I was hoping it would be, just to help support this next lead. They are looking for an opportunity to push.
Oh,
even further.
35
They do manage to
tied.
get down to 5, and there is the lead. Everything just kind of worked out for them, and I think they were very smart just to wait for that next opportunity to.
They can kill this. Oh my goodness.
I was going on about that crab tank and how I love that positioning because I love crab tank. I've been a V Splash player since day one, you know, stinky meta slave, but also.
But they just KO'd in 2 pushes, Lily. They KO'd in 2 pushes instead of the 3 that betting. What was their name? Betting. I only remember betting. Betting is very
Porter betting.
Yeah, Porter betting. Free push there down to a 35. We're seeing some momentum showing through from HARSHI Love Stands at the moment. This is huge for them because one more game and they win SOS Cat Edition. I mean SOS 146.
Oh, 46. Yeah. Anyway, HARSHI Love Stands, as you said, we are going to be going into match point here on Splat Zone's Mahi Mahi Resort. I do hope to see more crab tanks, mainly because I'm kind of biased. You know, I feel like I've probably got it better than you in terms of special. I like to see my favorite special tank. I know your favorite special is Inkvac, but look, you know, Inkvac can have a good amount of value on zones.
I mean, as much as I want to, you're still gonna be playing pencil on this map. There's no denying it. It's so powerful. It's not even a contest when it comes to chargers. When you can paint so much, get chip damage, and finish up kills. There's just a lot of things you can do on this map with it. But another thing I would look out for is how they ran double stamper. That's a little frisky, cause if they run that again, they have so much aggression and combos that they can do with each other. It's like uncountable with your hands. Like, there's a lot to be done. Yeah,
it is. And you know, both those weapons have almost a deceptively long range as well. So considering the size of Mahi Mahi Resort, you can get like pretty much a huge amount of control, of area control with both those weapons. Just being able to kind of like angle each other out, if you know what I mean, just to be able to zone, to kind of like push back the other team from being able to move the zone can be really good. And of course, you know, one of them is, and I like crab, especially here if you can get up on the other team's sniper area to try and just hold them out from being able to respawn back in. That's where you get the really big pushes happening, in my opinion. But we are going to be going into the game right now. Let's take a look at what weapons they do decide to play and whether we see the double stamper again as we go into match points.
I dropped my cat. No, I dropped my cat.
Oh no.
My cat fell on the floor.
No. Okay, we get double stamper again though. We get pretty much the same comp coming from Porter betting, but HARSHI Love Stands is going to be having a double shot. One of them the V shot, one of them the T check as well, which of course are going to be very, very useful weapons here. Does look like already HARSHI Love Stands does manage to get the first cap of the game, and with the help of these strikes and also the tactical, they're looking to get some aggression in, but they do lose one of their stampers.
Yeah, one stamper might be enough to stop this push, but they're not, as Dark here with the pencil is going to be able to find one and maybe the second, and I do see actually Potter Betting is going to be swapping off from the Dynamo onto a T-Tech with the pencil here for this map mode. And like I said, that pencil is just going to be way too strong for this map to paint that zone, because it is just a very long square that the pencil just has perfect paint range just at the back of the spawn here. But those strikes and the pencil is going to be able to paint the zone back, but it's still Potter Betting zone at the moment to hold. But that's 2 down, and that's not looking too great for them. HARSHI Love Stands going to be able to take the zone back and apply some penalty points for Potter Betting at the moment.
Yeah, okay, so those penalty points are there, but HARSHI stands with the double stamper comp is looking to just camp those ledges, make it too dangerous for them to be even able to think about knocking down. But they're looking around for some isolated players who might be trying to come in off the side here, and it does look like with those coming in, that's actually going to be putting them at a very disadvantaged situation in terms of taking that fight.
Oh, wow. Oh, wow, they got caught out in the super jump there. That's unfortunate. But that means they go down with the cooler as well. And look, they're coming back with 50% of the cooler ready to go. That means HARSHI Love Stands has to wait out just a little bit longer. But that crab tank is going to start stalling this out just a little bit. But they go cleanly wiped off with the wiper there. Oh my goodness. That means no crab and no paint for them. And that means there's still one last chance for Potter Betting here to knock this out. But HARSHI Love Stands able to sip and get some picks to get the zone. Strikes are going to come in to try and paint the zone, but that's not going to be enough. Once again, the pencil is just painting so much more on the zone than those strikes could ever do. And it's going to be Potter Betting's defense time. HARSHI Love Stands has to hold them back.
And Potter Betting's pencil at that moment where those strikes came out were just not in quite the right position to help paint and get that zone back in their favor. But HARSHI Love Stands here, they're able to get their pencil in a much more aggressive, easily paint the map position that Potter Betting just weren't able to do. But Potter Betting, now that they can move forward, however, they do manage to get into those positions that they really want to get into with the help of this tactical. Once again, if they can get through these strikes and just repaint the zone as quickly as they ever want to, all they have to do is just win a few more fights and they pretty much have the game for themselves.
But not yet, not yet. HARSHI Love Stands is going to pop out that crab after painting the zone and just assert dominance over the middle side of things at the moment. Potter Betting is going to have to find their way in once again because HARSHI Love Stands just seems to can't get out of mid. They have not really gotten stuck aside that one time they're in base. The strikes do come in and neutralize the zone and paints for them. But at the moment, they still have to worry about Specs and the other Stamper trying to push up into their base as Who's Jelly here able to fight off one but doesn't get the second. Trades out again with Specs and it's free down for Potter Betting. Doesn't look too good for them as the penalty points is once again applied for Potter Betting, but 15 penalty points for HARSHI Love Stands here. This is looking really, really risky if you're Potter Betting.
Yeah, okay, so HARSHI Love Stands now thinking about doing is trying to stop being able to touch the zone, but they do manage to, in the just with those strikes and a little bit of help, manage to actually get the zone just to apply a few more penalty points to kind of slow that a little bit. But HARSHI Love Stands are nearly through this and they are getting ready to take the lead, push forward, and with confidence go for that knockout. That's what they're really looking for at the moment.
They do, but those triple strikes are going to come in again in synchronous harmony and neutralizing the zone, but this time Jelly is not going to be able to paint the zone in the optimal position, and they do take back the zone again, but there's only 30 penalty points between these two teams as well to try and put more points. Potter Betting has 30 seconds left on the clock to work with as well. They're going to have to pay attention to when HARSHI Love Stands is going to be popping those specials and when they're going to be going in. Here comes Specs with that zip caster. They first go in, distract them to try and let the strikes land in, but the strikes comes in, does not paint the zone, just like how Potter Betting did. This is going to be a lead flip chance here, Lily, as they do flip the lead. This is looking like a KO position too for them.
Oh yeah, Potter Betting here, just making sure they just have the insurance to kind of repaint the zone whenever they want at the moment, but it's the pencil helping them out. Once again, HARSHI Love Stands is going to try and push into an overtime, but they lose control, which means Potter Betting is going to be getting their first win of this Grand Finals best of 5 in the nick of time as well. My goodness, that is going to be not quite the winning match just yet.
Not yet, not yet. They're still in it. They're still in this because this is a best of 5, which means that there's 2 more games to go between these teams. And whoever takes the next 2 games, I mean, Potter Betting has to make 2 more games to make the reverse sweep happen. But HARSHI Love Stands just needs 1 more, and that is strong, advantageous mental-wise for them. but we're gonna see a very unfamiliar map here, and I believe we see this unfamiliar map because they're running the LTC 24 map list here, and in one of the map lists here is Marlin Tower Control.
I love Marlin Tower Control. I have to say, I think it's probably one of the best for Marlin Airport, and also it's a tower control map that I think is pretty well up there in terms of what you can do closer and closer to the other team's spawn area. You have like extra space to move in. I think you've got like an extra ramp, don't you, or something like that? Near the other team's spawn?
No, you don't. They only have one fan. There's no ramps for any of the boats. They just add or remove an extra fan, and for this one,
that's it. Yeah, that's right.
There's no extra fan on the right side. They took away that because that's where the tower path goes, and the fan is only the one from the middle. So it's going to be really, really rough for whoever's trying to push through that first to second checkpoint. Not too familiar. I don't think anyone's too familiar with this, so this is an odd sight to see for both of these teams maybe. But if Potter Betting's going to be able to take this, they're going to be able to see a familiar face to go back onto Humpback Pump Track Rainmaker.
Yeah, okay, so you did correct me there regarding the number of fans. I do think that if you have the extra bit of difficulty pushing up towards the other team's base, that can be a pretty good thing, because it means that you don't just get like steamroll all the way to the end. It means you don't just steamroll all the way through to the end, which, you know, I think that can be pretty good, but I haven't really seen this in tournament play very often. You know,
we're gonna see how it goes. You're gonna just hear us saying left or right in the elevator. We're not gonna say or the fan. You're not gonna hear us giving specific callouts anymore because we don't know much about this.
I gotta say, I like that Rice Ball's got the gold Nautilus here, because you know you've got that the extra couple of splashdowns, which, you know, they can be pretty useful in tower. They can be pretty useful at those ledges as well. Those missiles are coming out really early, however, which is going to be displacing them, pushing them out of the way, making sure Rice Ball is going to have to jump out as the Wiper is looking for space, and having got two as well. This means I think Porter Betting might be able to get a good momentum.
Dark! That was nasty with that shot. Yeah. Porter Betting is going to be able to start pushing through this first checkpoint, like you said, with those very, very aggressive picks coming from their team, and with the cooler boost, they're just going to be able to just get a positive trait no matter what they do, and with that special charge up bonus on the tower, they're going to be able to get that cooler out first once again, and here comes those strikes and Zukas to try and stall this out, but Rice Ball being forced out of position with those Zukas, they're going to have, not Zukas, missiles, they're going to have to wait a little bit, but Porter Betting has to get off the tower from those strikes as well, but bear in mind here, Lily, there's no more double stamper. That means they don't have the combo potential as much as before.
That is true, but we are seeing Nautilus, and we also are seeing a bucket of V-Slush, which of course are two fantastic aggro Slayer weapons, which, you know, they can potentially play off each other in ways which are going to be extremely useful. However, perhaps not even as useful as that Zuka, which is just going to be allowing them to move in even further. It does look like, however, a return Zuka is going to be stopping that the aggro positioning to try and get them out of the game, but that's not going to be getting that tower out of the game just yet, as they are rolling forwards through to that second checkpoint, not being able to make it just yet, but they still have like a good amount of potential space to move up with, as the Wiper is keeping a really strong position here just to stop anyone from HARSHI Love Stands from getting in
definitely
the tower.
But this is looking really, really scary for HARSHI Love Stands, because they now have to worry about these missiles that's going to come in and going to be able to go down on Jelly, who takes them out of the cooler supply with 70% onto it. And that is second checkpoint broken as well from Potter Betting. It's been 2 minutes and 20 seconds on this match, and Potter Betting has broken 2 checkpoints and kept them in their base. With the splashdown, comes out, gets caught out of the shot on that fan. That's a perfect placement for that splashdown, and it's going to be HARSHI Love Stand's chance to try and push this through, but they do trade out each other, and that doesn't look like a very strong push going for them, but that's not anything true, because they just went free down on us at a Potter Betting, and it's just left up the pencil just now to hold off this first checkpoint. Strike's going to try and come out, but that's not going to do much vein here, Lily.
Yeah, the thing is, what I'm seeing a lot from this wiper as well is they're being able to get into like really, really useful positions to be able to like either stop those pushes or to allow their team to come back in and slow down the defense from HARSHI Love Stands. Porter Betting is getting a lot of value off this wiper here, and that Zupa as well being able to get a pick on who's Jelly. That's the backline out of the picture. Everything's just kind of like going really well with how these players are kind of just meshing together. This is helping them push towards that next checkpoint, but already HARSHI Love Stands is just being able to get right in front of that tower, stopping them from being able to move forward any further here.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, look, they already have 2 checkpoints and closing in on the third. Porter Betting has a lot of space to pay with, but not like HARSHI Love Stands, because they still have to break those checkpoints, and that means they have to wait a little bit before advancing forward, because you don't want just one player sneaking by on the side of Porter Betting, like Luke is right now, getting 1, getting 2, gets the third with the pincer as well. Just stops HARSHI Love Stands here from any chance of taking back a bit. We've only seen most of the match on HARSHI Love Stands side of the map. We haven't seen Porter Betting side as much. This is just domination for the side of Porter Betting at the moment, and they're going to try to keep this up. Missiles are going to come in on 3 players as to try and get Luke in, but this is not going to do much as they're trying to take this fan as they do successfully.
Yeah, okay, the thing is that at that point they haven't quite managed to get those get all of those slayers out. In particular, only managing to get the Nautilus as those 3 players inside of Porter Betting go down. This is going to mean that HARSHI Love Stands is potentially going to be able to take up a lot more space and get that push rolling forwards. But the thing is, we are in the last 30 seconds, so they're going to have to work real hard here. Riceball probably going to be taking some very aggressive position that we've seen them in, but they're going to have to really play off the bucket in order to win these fights consistently.
They do. They're trying to hold off those strikes on the bucket as well, but they do go down. Those strikes are not going to be used as the strikes from Porter Betting on the T-Tech. It's the last person alive to try and stay on the tower. Squid Roll isn't going to save you on that set now, but they're still able to hold on despite the strikes, stalling them out as the pencil finds 1. This bomb actually is the bomb that finds 2, and it's going to be Porter Betting taking us to a game 5 in Grand Finals.
I love to see our Grand Finals game 5. This is possibly even a rare sweep from Porter Betting, considering how they've been playing this particular match and how fast they've been able to, you know, take up the space and actually play off each other. I love seeing the wiper in particular, how not only those missiles, how their entire team. What is going on? Like, who are we seeing here?
What? This is me.
Okay, all right. I believe you. The way they've been able to move in with those missiles, but also the way the wiper deco has just been able to either find just the right opportunity to flank or to skirmish up in Porter Betting's base to be the to provide like space for some kind of opening for the rest of HARSHI Love Stands to kind of move in as well. It was working out really well for them. Perhaps we might see a return of the double stack.
We also might see the return of the Dynamo as well. Don't count it out. I know it hasn't worked for them for 2 games in a row, but it is Humpback Rainmaker. How much paint you can do with that Dynamo is immense. There's a lot of things you can do, but it is very risky, once again, like you said, because it is very rough to move with that Dynamo sometimes, and judging from how HARSHI Love Stands is trying to like move as fast as they can in the last couple times, and they fail to succeed it when they're not on the Dynamo, maybe going back on it would be a little rough, but like it would be really nice for the map because there's so many humps, you know, being in a name.
Yeah, absolutely. You know, it is kind of the Dynamo map. Whenever anyone has like a Dynamo player on their team, this is the one that they're more or less going to be more comfortable bringing it out on because of that map terrain in particular. Being able to be underneath those ledges, those hills, underneath window as well, just to be able to get that extra bit of chip damage and find those picks that are really crucial to take up space, especially in Rainmaker. That's going to be really great in terms of being able to clear out those defenses, to be able to push forwards, just be able to lay that
no Dynamo
down. But we're not seeing the Dynamo there. We are seeing, however, Riceball sticking to the Nautilus. I'm seeing Spec on the V-Slusher as well. I love to see on Porter Betting the same kind of comp as well. This time double V-shot.
Double V shot. Wait, what? Oh, what? Potter betting is a double V shot. Wait, what? Huh? What kind of year are we living in? 2023? But we're gonna see how they're gonna be working this out, because they do have the first Rainmaker pick, but they do get traded out with the pencil. But they do come back fast with Cooler, so they still have a plenty of time at the moment to play with. SD's not gonna be able to get much, but they do take care of the flank right now. It's still very much neutral. Potter betting has the ability to Zuka from mid, and they do. First Zuka comes out, does not get much. Specs comes up with the shark and gets the kill onto the Zuka user.
Okay, that was a fantastic spot for Spec to be able to get a pick in as well, because that's just going to be slowing down any opportunity for Porter Betting to be able to get that first checkpoint as well, because they're just going to have to repaint that whole area, already looking to get something on Spec, unfortunately going down, but not without a trade either. Spec's going to hopefully try and come back in. They're very slowly going to be moving forward, finding to move in, but Porter Betting has got good positions all around them, and exactly as I kind of hoped for, like we saw in the last game, we are seeing that Wiper being able to just move around and flank the objective player.
Yeah, but here goes that first checkpoint maybe for Potter Betting, and it goes down for them. Biker Jelly just passes by to see just that happening, and we're going to be following through to see how Potter Betting is going to be able to take this even further. Rainmaker's going to get picked up down to a 57 points, but they have to get a little bit further out. You don't want to get stuck in that corner, as the shot from HARSHI Love Stance is going to be able to take it down with 2 down on the side of Potter Betting, looking like HARSHI Love Stance has mid for free at the moment.
Yeah, but they have 2 players down. Make that 3, I think. Is it? Something like that. And it does look like they just need to be able to take this. Okay, they're going to be going down with a trade rather to Wild Mike here. And they're still trying to find their way forward out of mid. They've barely got any points so far, but they do have at least a little bit of an advantage if they don't constantly lose some of their players every time they try and make those pushes. They need to be able to win, keep these fights in their favor.
They really have to try and keep these fights in their favor, because if they don't, they're gonna be in heap of a trouble. But they do see the flank coming up from Jonte, and they're gonna try and stall this out on the top, but it is gonna be Dark picking up the Rainmaker once again. I'm not sure if that's a wise decision, because they had no cooler, but they do get the missiles in and get some points on the board. 24 points left for Potter Betting to clear this game out, but it is going to be a very sizable lead as they do go to trade for each, and they both don't have coolers, so both of these teams has to stay a little bit longer. That's 94% on the special gauge for the cooler on the side of HARSHI Love Stance. That might have been a small blunder. They do get the Rainmaker down so they can get back out on the pencil, but this means that HARSHI Love Stance has to be a little bit more careful here, because they do go free down. It's just Specs here, but the Rainmaker is still in a position for them to contest, and still not able for Potter Betting to take it right now, Lily.
Yeah, okay, we're still seeing fairly neutral gameplay at the moment, as both teams try and vie an opportunity for control. It does look like Jelly has picked up the Rainmaker. They're trying to wait just for the right moment to be able to bring it over that ledge. Waiting out these Zukas, but they've got a bomb on the other side. They managed to dodge it, but they've got constantly a player just coming down from one side or another just to try and pick them off. That is a very precarious position to be in, especially when you drop down like that.
Yeah.
And anyone can just like fall on you and take you out.
Oh my god, that's so unfortunate! On the Rainmaker shield, but I can only picture the Rainmaker just now in that corner is like you're like that item in the box, that item in the box, and there's a cat just outside scratching and poking at it so many times until you're forced out of the box, and then the cat just gets you at the end still.
Well, it does look like they've actually kind of put the Rainmaker down into the other side. Once again, tricky position to drop down to with the Rainmaker. But if you are the side which has...
Oh my goodness! Oh my goodness!
Oh my... What are we seeing? We're seeing an absolute pop-off here from Jonte there on the Wiper Deco, but you know, with those players down and Riceball still alive, that is still one very useful aggro player which they're really going to be having to watch out for. Do go down with another trade here. It's just players dropping like flies on HARSHI Love Stance at the moment. Porter Betting, all they have to do in these last few seconds, they just have to make sure that no one can touch that Rainmaker. It does look like with that Rainmaker in that nice safe position there, this is going to be game. This is going to be Porter Betting taking Swim or Sink at Edition.
So we're saying 146 is going to be taken by Partner Betting here in the dying moments, which means it is a reverse sweep coming from them, and that is a monumental success, I would say, for them to be able to get off the back foot and playing out their first seed there successfully. Congrats to them. But yeah, meow, like we said, this is a cat edition.
Cat edition by Inkling perform meow slaps. If you haven't heard me say that pun before, I'm still writing that one joke this entire stream. It's the only thing I have to say. Anyway, fantastic work to both of those teams. I gotta say, you know, I think once again what we saw from the Wiper, playing for that split distraction, that split attention by going up to that like left-hand side as they were trying to push, helping them get all the way down to, was it something like a 24? They could hold that lead for the rest of the game as well. Just a fantastic play, I think. And
Lily, do you think this cat,
even though they did go down, can that cat get any longer?
And
well, maybe that cat can get longer if it signs up for Swim or Sink 147.
Okay, I'll be sure to get it signed up for 147, but tune in next time for that, probably next week. But that's gonna be time for us here, Lily, because Cat Edition is gonna be over now. Because where can people find you, Lily?
You can find me on Twitch and Twitter at LilyGravyBread. And what about you, Lila? Where can the good people of
You can find me on Twitter X as well, and the handle of VScope there as well. But be sure to come see me when I'm in LC as well in a week and a half. We're gonna have a blast there in Cala. But that's gonna be it for the both of us, and that's gonna be Swimmer Sync 146 Cat Edition this time around. Yeah, but thank you so much for tuning in and mentioning once again your winners of 146 Partner Betting.
Yeah, fantastic job, everyone. And thank you, everyone, for tuning in. Thank you also, Justin Pipe Dream Out Streamer, who's been here since the beginning, providing us with all these fantastic visuals as well, and giving us the face cams to do our cat. Anyway, we'll see you another time. That's going to be it from us. Bye-bye.
And I think anti-champion is gonna win. And anti-champion.
Pufferfish party, the night sharks.
Pixelated with the reverse sweep on Cake.
Pixelated. Arrows of fire.
Calamity. Arrows of fire.
Squid strikes. Blacking raiders.
Ika Ryoku.
7, 8, 9.
Octopi. Corinthia.
Attack the fuelers.
AK. Taco breakfast burrito.
Storm in a teacup.
Just squidding.
Indigo.
Shoujo.
White siege.
Honorbound.
88 star.
Pandora's squid monks. Hyperzone.
I heard you've been trying to play without losing rank points. Well, I got the perfect thing for you. Introducing Splat Chord Squabbles. It's a new 2v2 zones event with 4 sessions for you to play in. You can join 1 or more because there is no need for 4. Just ask a friend to register and you're good to go, buddy. Now, if you're a real one like me, those first few matches are going to be a breeze, but they're going to be harder and harder throughout each event as it only takes 1 loss for you to get knocked out. Only the top shooters and splatters will make it through to the qualifier, and for that, we got the rewards for you. A Sendu.Inc badge and an invite to the final bracket where you'll compete for the grand prize against other top splatters for $50 in the grand final. Big money, big band. How much is that? Not a band, but you know what I'm saying? You're getting up to a 20th of a band. Yeah. If you're just playing for fun or trying to get in on the action without playing, we'll be streaming it all live on Twitch with commentary throughout the finals. If you're rocking with that, don't forget to drop by at Discord GG/Splatoon to get started. And we'll see you in the squabble starting April 28th. Oh my God. That shit sounds funny as fuck.